talking to you when you're not home. I don't know the words. Baby, just you come on home. Baby ain't coming home. Who is this? Pixies. NPR concert. Thinking blues or something. Baby, just come on home. Ain't nobody coming home if you got a wife beater on. I got my wife beater on today, not in solidarity with the wife beater society of the world, but the fact that we on abuse planet. And we don't seem to accept that. We always looking for a smoking gun. And the whole damn plan is made in power, control, conflict, and gun violence. Not gun violence, just everything, stupidity and ignorance. Good morning, everybody. Woo! I'm getting ready. As I get ready, I'm gonna try to talk through this. Why I got a wife beater on today. And it don't even look like a wife beater, does it? It look like a bra. I got my bra on today in solidarity with the woman society of the planet, because it's matriarchal on the patriarchal, and they need some solidarity, so you can call it whatever you want. Maybe it's a man bra, maybe it's a wife beater. I don't know, but we're going to talk about abuse as a model today. We're going to talk about that. But hang on, I'm not ready to go. I'm not ready to go. Let me start running my mouth. I didn't have way too much coffee. You probably do not want to watch this video. If you have started this video, you might just want to just go ahead and hit that. I ain't gonna watch it right now. There's way too much coffee. The videos I got this morning, oh my gosh. Oh, we were big time virologists this morning. Listen, I'm still doing my studies into virology and vaccineology. And I'm gonna tell you that I started with the virologist this morning, because you don't want to listen to the rich ones. You need to listen to the poor ones. That's where you need to start. If you want to understand a thing, do not go to the people making a lot of profit from you not understanding that thing. The virologist on CNN. Oh, there's a whole lot of information today. Information. So I'm on way too much coffee. Been watching videos early, doing my studies, taking notes, thinking out loud, outside the box, listening to poor people and listening to the rich vaccine people. And I got to say, yeah, there's no way. No way when I get done with this, they're going to let me post this on the internet. So this is going to have to go to a particular page. I'm not going to tempt your tummy with the titillations of yesterday. I'm going to wait till that come out, hopefully tomorrow if I'm done. Let me get my YouTube family in and bring in the comments. Ooh, I misspelled account. I misspelled accountability. I sure did. Look at that. Accountability. Because I take it over here and I paste it into YouTube. There you go. Now that's spelled the right way. There you go. Mama gonna be proud. But that's why they call it wife beater, because they like to blame the poor people. They think that the poor people beat up their family members, but usually it's the rich people's beating up the planet. Talk about control world, abuse world. What is an industry versus a marriage? Who's really beating more and abusing and violating more people? Whole bunch of stuff I want to talk about. Here comes YouTube. Bring YouTube comments, then I go, oh, nope, that's the wrong one. I got to spell accountability right, mama. This is public education as works. That's why I laugh about it. People like, oh, you, I don't know how you so smart. It's like, you have no idea. I can't even spell. Look at that right there. Poe education. Poe, I went to public school. I did not go to no private, nothing like that. I was taught how to think. Why? Because when you go to school with competing gangs from Washington, D.C. and competing people from the Serbia that's fighting to be more aggressive and violent, to get more street credit than the gangs who grew up in down the street in suburbia. There's some violent people. You got to be a thinker. They're going to kill you out here in these streets in high school, middle school. All right, get the YouTube. I got accountability spelled right. Man, why you always take 8 hours to start your video that lasts 16 hours? That's just kind of how it goes. It's just, hey, those old subscriptions, the new subscriptions. Did YouTube fix that yet? Hey, Seminara, I think you did that before. Hang on. Uh-oh. I got all these buttons I got to press. And I'm hot this morning and I'm late. Whoo! That's why you really wore your bra this morning, because you just hot. It ain't had nothing to do with us. You wasn't trying to represent us in our plight. You just wore that because you was hot. And you just made it up at the last minute because you like how it sounds. And that might be true, but we still won't talk about abuse. All right, hang on. Where YouTube at? Boom! All right, YouTube should be going. Good morning, Rebecca. All right, YouTube. Did I do it right? Nope, I did. Did I? No, hang on. WP. That's right, but I don't see YouTube coming in, so we'll give it a minute. All right. Good morning, Rebecca. How you doing this morning? How things in your neck of the world, girl? And you done in Florida. They got them trailer parks and they got the white beaters. But the funny thing is they got the white beaters in the ghetto too. So it's just poor people. They like to blame poor people for everything. Then again, they like to blame glyphosate. Everybody needs a simple answer to everything. Simple. There's no simple answers. Let me change the music. There's no simple answers to anything. I got the link this morning. Did y'all see the links now between glyphosate and COVID virus, the bad thing, the things y'all supposed to be fighting, running from? Fight the virus. I ain't fighting no virus. I don't have time. I don't have time for ignorance. I'm just like, things work on the planet how they do. They've been working that way for a minute. How about we just let that play out the way it's been working? Your body is adjusted to this. It's not adjusted to the glyphosate, the 4G, 3G, 2G, 5G, your Twinkies, donuts, Cinnabon buns. Your body, nothing's adapted to that yet. It's gonna take a little while. So everybody's trying to find a simple answer for things, and I just don't think the answers are that simple. Not in terms of if you want to continue with Harkonnen world. I think if you want to create a new, sustainable, beautiful world, you need to look in a new direction. I like consciousness. I appreciate honest people. Like Sister Lori, y'all see her post this morning? Christopher Sirowinski, are you new, or is this like the 80th time you subscribed to me because YouTube didn't get that fixed yet? Yeah, it's always no simple answer. If your model is based on abuse, you're gonna have abuse. If your model is based in violence, get ready for the violence. I think that's how that works. You're not ever gonna get things that you want in a system that is not of your design. That's how that works. Hang on. Let me try to edit this again. I'm not sure if the YouTube comments are working. Good morning, everybody. Did y'all see the Epstein question? Did y'all see the Epstein question this morning? Somebody asked that question. They said, well, Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself, which I don't think he killed himself. Epstein didn't die, which I don't think he died. I think he escaped. If he died today under the new coding for COVID, would he have died by himself? Would he have not escaped? Or would it have been COVID that killed him? Another question. It's good to ask questions. Otherwise, you don't understand how your world works. Got to ask those questions because they change the coding. No matter what you die from, if you die right now, you did not kill yourself. You was obviously killed by COVID, and we can't seem to figure that one out. Oh, Lori. Oh, Lori tagged me this morning. Did y'all see Lori tag me? And she said that I was right. Did y'all see that? Lori said, oh, Gerard, I was wrong. You were right. I was like, Lori, no, because I think this had to do with the viruses again. Everybody looking at viruses. Viruses, she said viruses are alive, and she thought I said viruses weren't alive. And I actually said, Lori, in a complex way, because I don't like to get to nothing straight. I just said, Lori, I have no damn idea. I have no damn idea. I was not right, and you were not wrong. I evoked the Fifth Amendment monkey. That's what I do. 98% monkey, I have no idea. My brain is finite, and the mind of God is infinite. That's scripture. That's scripture. I don't know, and I'm never going to know. And I actually always disagree with people who say they know. And 99.999% of the right, you'd always be right. If you tell the industry and the corporation, the profitable people, Wall Street, and the people on your friends list who think they know, just say, you know what? I don't think you really know. And you always be right. Kids know that. That's why kids, y'all haven't seen them little kids that got them smirks on their face. I love little kids. Kids are so funny. When you say something, they don't believe you. And you say, baby, this sugar causes candy. This candy causes cancer. She'll look at you like, she'll give you that look like, Mama, I don't even agree with you. I don't even think you know what you're talking about, Mama. I done got here 4 years ago. All right, and I know in the 4 years that I done been here, where I came from, that you don't have no damn idea what you talking about. Candy don't cause cancer. Sugar don't cause cancer. The synthetic crap that's caused sugar that you put in candy causes cancer, Mama. I just love kids with them faces, boy. They got them faces, don't they? They don't believe nothing. I just don't believe nothing. I don't believe nothing. So no, Lori wasn't wrong and I wasn't right. Lori was right. Lori was 100% right to her education, to her professional training and experience. The problem was her industry was wrong, and her industry is always wrong, unfortunately. So is mine, IT, so is the chemical industry, so is the candy industry, so is the soda pop industry, all the industries and government too. Oh, Lord, government. I don't even know what we're gonna do. I have no idea what we're gonna do. People still believe in the entertainment system of the billionaires. They just the politicking. They just the politicking. Do y'all remember Sesame Street? Anybody remember Sesame Street? On Sesame Street, we had a great problem-solving game called, what was it called? The same game. Hang on, I forgot the song. Let me see if I can go find it. I forgot. Big Bird, I think, was singing it. No, it wasn't Big Bird. Who was singing the last one? The same game where you can spot a difference. This game.
One of these things is not like the others. One of these things just doesn't belong. Can you tell which thing is not like the other?
One of these things just isn't the same. If one of these nations gets the cuckoo flu, then one of these nations is probably political. If only one nation does the shutdown, then it's a political thing. If every nation with the Rothschild banking system all get the shutdown and get the cuckoo flu. If all these nations all with the cuckoo flu shut down, it has to do with banks. I know anybody got their siblings in the background like, what in the hell are you listening to? You just ain't got no time. We got a garden that we got to do. You got cleaning to do and dishes done. Why you got this monkey on here singing Sesame Street songs? Because people still think it's political. They're still blaming Trump. And I'm like, Trump ain't in Britain. You know, there ain't no Trumps in Britain. Trump ain't in Australia. Trump, if you can't delineate the difference between what happens globally and what happens in your nation, listen, there's something wrong with your brain. You're drinking too much of the fluoride. Listen, gargle and spit. Don't swallow. Gargle and spit. If you swallow, you're going to get a whole bunch of stuff down in your tummy that you don't want. And don't even take it there, because I'm not even talking about what you think I'm talking about. You nasty people. You need to go wash your mouth out with some soap, organic and natural. No, I'm talking about fluoride in the water. I was brushing my teeth this morning. I was having that thought concept. And I was brushing my teeth, and I could taste it. You ever get the more you could taste the fluoride to make your neighbors stupid, make your family stupid, and your friends stupid, and you got to post something 800,000 times with links and all kind of evidence, and they just can't seem to figure it out. It's gargle and spit. Gargle, spit. The fluoride was powerful this morning. I was smelling it coming out the thing. The NSA and Ty finally got tired of me talking my trash. Homeland Security, the rest of them, no, they're pumping up. We're going to have to turn up the spigot on his water. Turn up the fluoride chlorine. He actually is making some sense. No, we can't have that. Not on abuse planet. Nope, we need everybody in wife beaters, everybody fighting over debt and profit to abuse other people that they have more privilege in. That's how the planet works. Everybody got wife beaters or bras, however you want to look at it. It could be a bra, wife beater. It still fits in the same analogy, because the people who wear the bras, one y'all tend to abuse the most. All right, we on an abuse planet, and people can't seem to figure it out. But yeah, they tuned it up this morning. They tuned that. I could smell the fluoride coming out the spigot when I turn a gargle and spit or to make you stupid. A whole lot of things in the news this morning. A whole lot of things. I don't even know where to start, but I will not start with Trump had anything to do with any of this. Nothing. Waste of time. You literally waste time, space, oxygen, solution, problem solving, and adult intellects thinking Trump or the Democrats have anything to do with this. Nothing to do with it at all. Are they making profit on their own level? Absolutely profit on their own level. That's what they're supposed to do. This is conflict planet. They got their wife beaters on. They're living in a conflict-based society where everything is a conspiracy from birth. Right? Everything's conspiring against you, from bacteria to your friends, your neighbors, sometimes your mama, sometimes your kids, corporations, the political parties, the continents, the trading blocks, the corporations, the banks, probably across planets in the universe. Everything wants to reclaim oxygen. Everything is a conspiracy. Everybody's conspiring against you. Everything is about conflict, taking energy. But you know the interesting part, I was thinking about that this morning. Interesting thing about how the universe probably works in consuming energy is the sustainable systems are the ones that make it, right? The ones that act like viruses, the ones y'all hate, the ones y'all scared of, the ones that's coming to kill you, the viruses. The ones that knowing that you got billions of viruses living in you right now, if they living, and I don't know if they're living, but once again, I'm not going to talk about that here because the popular narrative, you're supposed to be scared of viruses. They're alive and they're trying to kill you. They're coming to get you because that's what makes the money. But you got them all in you. You got them. Now, ooh, who was I listening to this one? Oh, he was talking about toilets flushing. You know, I'm not even sure y'all want to hear this one. You do not want to hear how many viruses in the toilet. Anybody here use public restroom? Does anybody here use public restroom? You know what I used to do? I used to go in the public restroom and I line the tissue. I would line the tissues. I told my brother broke me when I was early. He told me that farts was little particles of what I was smelling. Like when you smell a fart, that it was little particles of whatever came out of somebody's anus. That broke me and it bothered me. I didn't want to have nothing to do with public restrooms, toilets, people's farts, and humans in general. I thought y'all was nasty and disgusting, and you probably should go extinct. When I would go in the bathroom, oh, I'd line that toilet. But my mama, ooh, she was a toilet paper herder because she couldn't get enough toilet paper. I'd put 8, 4, 5, 7, 9, 8 layers of toilet paper before I put my butt cheeks anywhere near that toilet seat. I didn't know anything about porcelain and viruses and the fatty coat and the information, RNA inside breaking. I know nothing. I just knew that when I was breathing just boo-boo from my brother. And I don't want to breathe in my boo-boo brother. I don't want to breathe in no boo-boo from nobody. Your boo-boo need to stay in your butt, not in my nose. So, but somebody sent me the link, and according to the virologist, that when you flush the toilet, I'm gonna mess the quote up. I'm gonna scare you. Maybe you should turn up. Maybe I shouldn't say it. Should I say it? I'm probably gonna scare people. The people who still scared of viruses. Well, I'll do a preface. Y'all remember when we talked about Paul Stamens? And we talked about Paul Stamens. He explained to you every breath you take in, you're taking fungus in. And you got people with the antifungal medication. They got antifungal medication that they buy at the local Walgreens and drugstore, and every breath you take in, you taking in some fungus. Every time you breathe in some mycelium, like, yay, we're going in the nostrils, yay, we're gonna learn how to survive. Every time you flush that toilet, oh, you know what? I'm gonna say it this way. You should probably talk to the person who left just before you went in. You should probably get to know them. Because it's like dating and stuff. Like, you got to get to know somebody before you open up your microbiology to their microbiology. Otherwise, you end up with these little kid things, and you're going to be them just long as the day is long, long as you live. But apparently, when you flush that toilet, what do they call it? There's something called a virome. And I'm not a virologist. Don't listen to anything that I got to say. This is purely for your entertainment reasons because we live on conflict-based societies and not allowed to say what's true on the internet. Every time you flush that toilet, it's something called a virome that comes out. You know what a virome is? Well, it's a whole lot of boo-boo and viruses and E. coli's and funguses and everything that came out that person who just went in before you went in. And when you hit that flush, the plumber made sure it's enough pressure to just blast out a smoothie of virome in the air, like an aerosol spray of Lysol, just everywhere, in your eyes, in your nose, in your ears and stuff. And I used to go in the public restrooms and hold my breath. Ain't no reason to do that no more. I understand now. I get it. I understand. I'm a part of an ecosystem. I get it. That these things ain't trying to kill me. They're just information and function and RNA, and they just trying to do their thing and live inside of me. And there ain't nothing I can do to keep them out. Because I can close my eyes, ears, nose, have a mask, put that bottle over my head, and poo-poo still landing on my skin, still landing on the virome and the viruses and the fungi. All I'm saying, if I'm scaring you, is trust your body. Please trust you. Trust the warlocks and the witches and the hippies. They told you trust your immune system. It developed over billions of years to figure out how to deal with all the dookie apparently in the air. but you did not. Your corporations did not. Your Walgreens did not. Big Pharma did not. And so the worst thing that you could do is trust people with any level of ignorance. Did you know the other thing that scared the hell out of me? No, it didn't scare me. I was like, wow, these are just facts. These are interesting. Oh, they're delicious. But facts and science are pesky little bastards. Boy, they just ruin somebody's day who has trust in corporations that were born 50 years ago, not biology and systems that developed over billions of years. Did you know that 1 teaspoon of seawater or lake water got billions and billions and billions of viruses in them? Did you know that? Did you know that not only just the monkeys had the viruses and the pigs and the porcupines, but also the dolphins and the whales, they all got their viruses. Everything on the planet got viruses and it's everywhere. You're not gonna get around it. If you grew up like I did and you drank water from the water hose, guess what you was drinking? If you grew up like I did and you swam in lakes and you was a Boy Scout, Girl Scout, got that swimming merit badge, got to just drink gallons of poo-poo water from turtles and fish and slugs and worms. Y'all see what I'm saying? Y'all see what I'm saying? The scientists are now agreeing with the hippies. The hippies were always right. They were always right. The dirty po kids with the daddy that got the healthiest kids. Why? Because daddy don't wash his hands. They can't afford Purell, and you done bought it and hoarded it all at the store. All right, anyway, that's why I got a wife beater on today. We live in conflict violation planet, and we continue to consent to being violated. Speaking of violations, did y'all see that post from Brother Matthew this morning? Let me go find this post. Brother Matthew posted a patent. You know what? Y'all know what a patent is? A patent is something that should never, ever, 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 ever exist if you got some common damn sense on the planet. If you got common damn sense, you know it should never be no secrets. You should know that they're always evolving these systems on this monkey planet that is one big conspiracy since birth, from biology to corporations and industries, that they just want to control things. They just want your energy. If they get more energy from using you as a slave, they'll do that. If they need the energy from killing you and consuming you like a plant and nitrate in the garden, it'll do that. These are just systems, people. I don't believe in smoking guns. That's why I got this smoking gun behind me. I don't believe in smoking guns. I don't think there's ever one easy answer to anything. But you want to convince me it is because you want to consume my energy, my intellect, and my oxygen. I'm just still going down. It's not my birthday. People still posting, happy birthday. Thank you. You missed it. Thank you. No, that was 2 days ago. Plus, I don't believe in birthdays anyway. I don't think we're born nor we die. I think we're just monkeys and well, no, we're in monkey bodies, but we're wave, frequency, vibration, souls, whatever you want to call it, and we just jump around. And while you're in this monkey body, do something decent. Do something decent. People like to say, as I bring this up, they say, well, if it's all just a simulation, why I gotta do anything? Because you're here. That's why. You're consuming our oxygen, you're drinking our water, and you're taking up our energy and resources. So why are you here? You got dressed, you put on some clothes, you're here, you might as well go and do something productive. Uh-oh, I'm not sure if I just froze up. I might have just froze up. I didn't freeze up. Hang on, let's do this. Oh, no, it's not working. There we go. We're gonna get it to work today. We gonna get it to work today. Nope, that is not it. That's not working. That ain't working. 1871. Everything is about control. As I delete this and start over, let me try to do that again. Remove. Let's go on here. No, we need to close. I got too many windows open. Turn that off. Turn that off. Off. Nothing works. Nothing works in monkey world. Nothing works when everybody's trying to reclaim resources and everybody trying to sell you a bag of goods like we talked about yesterday. Turn that off. Why can't I shrink that? I need some shrinkage. Anybody know how to? Yeah, we're not gonna go there. Close all. It's not closing. I don't know why it's not working. All right, well, I'm gonna skip around. Here we go. This is what Brother Matthew sent me this morning. Let me show you this. Let me see if I can. Whew, good old Microsoft. Oh, Lord. I don't know why y'all go to these people for solutions. I would never understand. I don't get it. Why do you go to the people who are successful at causing the problems to solve your problems? I have no damn idea. Anyway, so apparently Microsoft is working on something called the Microsoft's patent for cryptocurrency mining might raise some eyebrows. And I'm going to show you why. You can press on the link if you want to. I don't care about the perspective on this one. I want to go right to the patent thing. Because the patent thing tells me what I need to know, then I can get on with my day. I think I got to do another Windows for you to see that one. Let's close that one up and let's open a new one. Let's see what the elites are up to today, shall we, boys and girls? What are they trying to do? Cryptocurrency! Remember yesterday when I told you a few days ago that, yay, invest in cryptocurrency? Well, I didn't really say that. I said it's good to diversify. Don't have all your money in the dollar. Apparently, they are dropping it. And when it gets dropped, you're going to be one left without a chair. You need to diversify. And I said digital cryptocurrencies might be a thing, and they are a thing, unfortunately, because money still exists. As long as you got debt, which is a shackle to the human race, you always have money, which means you will always have slavery. There is no belief in money without a belief in slavery and control. Everything is about controlling the human population, and here is more of the evidence. Let me move that underneath the monkey. There you go, right there, bam! Take a look at this. What does this say? This says that the cryptocurrency system using body activity data. What does that mean? It means they want to use systems to create currency based in things that your body does. Why would they do that? Well, because they're making you into a cyborg. They've been doing it since wheels. They've been using technology to attach to us to get us to do more and more and more and more things. People say, I hate cyborgs. I'll never be a cyborg. I'm going to fight it. Do you have a cell phone? Yes, I do. Okay, you are already a cyborg. It's just not in your body. It's in your hand. Eventually, it's going to be in your body. This is a system for allowing them to gain money, or you to gain money, based in things that your body does through cryptocurrency. So how does that work out? Well, to me, it's just a whip. What this is, it means that they can whip you as a cyborg. They can whip you more efficiently. They've been trying to control you since you were born, and since their families created the control systems that broke the planet, that make things get worse and worse and worse every generation. Since patents. Before that, before kings and lords and patents, things got better and better and better. Why? Because we use technology like wheels to help people. We use technology, shared information freely. Once they could secure information, create patents and say, this is mine, 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 mine. Even though your technology was based on the shoulders of giants that all came before you that we're all related to. It's just to control you. It means that they can now strap you with debt, biologically. So you think that we're in slavery, you think we are forced labor slaves for debt. Imagine the next generation. Boy, they gonna put these things in these babies at birth, and right from birth, boy, you gonna have to goo-goo and gaga the right way. You better suck that pacifier the way the elites say, and it'd be the other elites' kids, right? Because they're usually the global cult that controls and owns everything. All they want is more efficient slave plantation. And it is just another piece of evidence, and the box is getting big. The box is overflowing full of evidence that if we continue along this system, we are hashtag all gonna die, but we're gonna be slaves right up to that moment of death. So I thought that was interesting. And I'm gonna do comments. I'm offering. I told you I had too much coffee today, didn't I? I told you not to watch today's video. Yeah, I did a video yesterday. But everything's to control you. You either believe in slavery or you don't. You don't get to believe in parts of slavery. You believe in the idea that you want to fight consciousness, or the idea that we are conscious creatures. Like, I don't even see Lori here this morning. Or Lori's not posting, but what Lori said, she said, Gerard, you were right and I was wrong. And posted it publicly. Publicly. While I could have just took the credit and said, yeah, I'm smarter than you. Lori knows better, and so do I. But this is the reason why I listen to people like this, why I surround myself with people who are more interested in the passion of nursing, the passion of Christing, the passion of truthing, the passion of, I guess, accounting or doctoring or virology. I appreciate people who turn on their industries and are more interested in the passion and being true, being right, or finding the right thing than being right. Being right, consciousnness. What would it take for somebody to have that mutant-like ability of Lori to actually post that I was wrong on the internet, you were right? What God is omnipotent, and God is in everyone. If you are all sensing, if you do yoga, you're discovering consciousness, or you are conscious. You do sentient things like be wrong. You don't have to be right all the damn time, which means that we as a collective evolve in the correct direction into being more sustainable, lest you evolve in the direction of just being more ignorant. So, yeah. Parents should get presets on their kids' birthdays. What does that mean? Presents should get presents on their kids' birthdays. I don't know, Miss Tree. What's the comment before that? Some people pay for fecal implant therapy in order to resolve other intestines, colon biodiversity. This is true, Miss Tree. And who was the most famous one who did that? That was Hitler. Most famous one. They had the doctor who went over to the, this is the fun part. That's why I love history and like honest and truth and unpopular reality. So Hitler, the man who believed in the master race, was blonde hair, blue eyed, looked just like these aliens from this place called, was it Pleiadia? Pleiadians or whatever it was. And he was short and black hair and had a little mustache. And he actually would, his doctor would go get fecal matter from an Ethiopian tribe and inject it in him to help out his virome, his biology, physiology somehow. Weird honesty and truth. But we are an ecosystem, and maybe that doctor back then, because I think they've known that we are a part of an ecosystem for a long time. It's only in modern times that ignorant people believe in Harkonian science that we should develop unsustainable drugs and synthetic methods of trying to keep monkeys clean, and monkeys are based in dirt, soil, and poo-poo everywhere. But Hitler knew that. The next thing was parents should get the presents on their kids' birthdays. I had to disagree with you, Miss Tree. I really don't want no presents on the kids' birthdays. Only thing I want is freedom for them. That's it. I just don't want them to be as much of a slave as I am. And then hopefully they don't want to be as much as a slave to 13 families for their kids as they were. But I don't know. Not on a certain day. I think parents should get presents every day. I think every day parents should get, because parenting is hard. It's hard. And that's where the whole wife beater thing came from. They said, oh, because the poor people abuse their wives. And really it's the rich people who's abusing the planet. And they abuse the poor and the lower class. And on rough days, rough things happen. It's a shame. We can fix it. That's why I say there's no smoking gun. There's no smoking gun of poverty and abuse. No, the smoking gun is the model. We have an abuse model. Why? Because everything is for control. You have a global cult that wants to control every damn thing. Everybody wants to rule the world. There's just some people that they actually rule the world, and they've been ruling it for a long time. They're just getting more efficient at doing it. That's all. Hey, Brother Mark, welcome to the house. Love you all. Love you too. Oh, somebody talking about my bra? Wait a minute. Whoa. Wearing a white beater right now with no bra. Oh, you are? Ooh, that's nasty, huh? You're not supposed to put, did Facebook allow you to post stuff like that online? Earth is a resource, not a commodity. Yes, it is, Jane, a resource that we need to share. That's why I grew up a capitalist. I now no longer believe in capital systems in any kind. Socialism, communism, capitalism. Anything based in capital system is based in slavery to control people. I think it's a bad idea. It only ends one way, and it ends in cryptocurrency, installing sensors and devices to enslave people, because shackles never did it as efficiently, nor did debt in banks, but cryptocurrency will do it best. I have big trucks in my pasture putting new electric poles. Yes, Belinda. And I can't tell you what to do because they're not going to let me say that on Facebook or YouTube, anywhere else. But I will say that no big trucks have any right to be on your property anywhere. You are a steward of that land, and you shouldn't have no criminal trucks putting up electric poles to broadcast or blast anything that causes trouble with the immune system to creatures who need their immune system, because we developed to have strong immune systems. So every time flu season comes across, you don't get your, I can't say it. I just say this, the more flus and viruses and fungi you get, the stronger you will be. And if you have any problem getting those things, it means that you are living wrong. Or you live in a model of wrongness. You live in a model of abuse, and everybody's abusing each other for their energy, and industries and corporations are just better at doing it. Woo! Ooh, exomatic shedding. It's a thing. Ooh, Brother Patrick, thank you. I have to watch that later. I've come down off my coffee because I'm on a high at this moment. Brother Patrick, I have to take a look at that. Brother Albert's in the house. Welcome back. Patricia, Enoch. Let me see. You driving a big rig again, Brother G? No, I never drove a big rig, Enoch. I'd love to. I don't drive big rigs. I think big rigs are great and fantastic, but they kill people, and I don't think anybody should drive a big rig. I think big rigs. I think California actually has this one right. They're doing it for the wrong reasons, but they actually got one thing right. The whole state, everybody in it, and the government only got one thing right since I've been alive. And that is they got automated trucks driving on the road. I'm sorry if you're a truck driver and you don't like what I'm saying, but I'm sorry y'all can't drive, and we got evidence of that all over history. Crashing them big trucks. I think you should be allowed to drive a truck if you love doing it, because that's what I'm saying. Like, you're a human being. If you love driving, you should be allowed to. But California got the automated trucks on the road. They're doing the right thing for the wrong reason. They're doing it, why? Because they're putting the monkeys out of business, they're automating, but they won't crash. Eventually, the 1.0 gonna crash like it. 1.0 is gonna be worse than the truck drivers. But once you get up to probably 4.0, 5.0, they'll stop crashing, they'll stop killing people. My basic rule and philosophy in life is anything that kills my monkey cousins needs to go away. We can't have nothing. We gotta be sentient. We gotta be conscious. But if you want to drive a truck, I think people should be able to drive all the big rigs they can in the virtual world. Maybe if we can make one out of tissue paper that doesn't kill people when it crashes, y'all should drive it. But we need to progress to the automated world and accept that that is a reality and take care of the monkeys along the way. Because monkeys that don't get jobs end up in poverty, they get stressed, their immune systems don't work, they cultivate the work bacteria, diseases, and problems, and they will do that shedding that Brother Patrick just talked about, or you will flush a toilet behind them and breathe it all in your eyes, your ears, your mouth, your nose, your skin, and it'll land on your hand and get you 2 hours later when you eat that ham sandwich. All right, just that little spot under your fingernails. I know. It's funny to me because people are like, why you gotta wash your hands? Wash your hands. I'm like, you got fingernails. You do know that, right? And how you grip things and pick things up. You use your hand, your thumbs, your opposable thumb, your fingers, and something gets under those fingernails every single time. I promise you. And who washes underneath their fingernails? Does anybody do that? I know, don't women have something like that? I thought I've seen that before. Don't y'all got like a little brush that you brush under your nails or something, but you don't use it in the bathroom with Purell and antibacterial soap? You never gonna get them all. Never gonna get them all. And that's what like bacteria and viruses and pathogens and stuff and funguses, they're like people who storm Area 51 under the U.S. government thinking they're gonna, no, you never gonna get them. You did, first of all, the Pentagon gonna get you all because they got lasers and weapons. I said that the wrong way. They got death energy weapons from space, and the Pentagon, you don't have to come out to Area 51. You go running down there, they can press a button from behind a desk. One guy gonna get every last one of you because we built this unsustainable world. It's based in conflict, violence, and wife beating. But in terms of microbiology and bacteria under your fingernails, you never gonna get them all. You need to eat deep leafy green salads, smoothies, organic things as much as possible, and get rid of every industry that's debilitating your immune system. And that's a lot of them. It's probably pretty much every last one. All right, you breathe in your dookie. That's all you do, Enoch. Yes, you do. And I hate to say it that way, but that's just how it works. That's how it works. Oh, nope, I'm not going there. Enoch, I was thinking, because guys, there is something weird about us. I don't even know. We should not have been allowed to model this world. We should not have been, because we like certain smells and we get credit. Oh man, did you smell that? I got guy secrets I can't even tell y'all, because guys, we do the dumbest, craziest things. Now we polish up around y'all, but when y'all not around, ooh, the things we do and talk about, you won't ever want to know. I'm gonna make lesbians if I told y'all this, what guys do and say and smell behind your back. You would never kiss another man again in your life. All right, anyway. Ooh, that's why you should close the lid before you flush, Anna. Ooh, Anna said, Anna, does that help? Does that help, Anna, if you close the lid before you flush a public toilet? Because in with the other example from Enoch above, say you stop at a trucker station. Most truckers are guys, and they eat bad diets because they live on the road and there's pesticides and all the food. and they get in that truck and they're fighting and not washing their hands. They go sit on that toilet in that public restroom. Not the clean ones, not like the Panera Breads and nothing like that. I'm talking, and that's not even clean apparently, according to virologists and fungologists, whatever they call them, mycelium everywhere. But I'm talking about the ones where you got a key. Do they still got those? I used to be on the road a lot, Enoch, and we used to go on the road. You stop at a rest stop or a gas station, and you go get the key, and it's attached to a chain and a brick. Or like a big piece of wood or something, and you got to use that to go. And that wood was just full of all kind of microbiology and everything. But you go in there, and you go ahead and you flush that toilet, and you close the lid. You know what? You know the lid on it don't close. It don't close all the way. I know, because I washed toilets. I did it for a living at the church when I was about 11. And I'm going to tell you this. There's a gap between that toilet seat and the rim. And viruses are quite small. And I'm going to ask y'all this question. I told you from day one, they told everybody to go out and get a mask. The Surgeon General at the height of 3 foot 7 inches at the age of 7, or is he 8 now? And when he told y'all to go out and get masks, which was 2 months before he told you to don't get the mask, I told everybody, I put on my Home Depot mask when I cut wood and I work with concrete. And every time I do it, I smell porcelain cement or I smell wood dust. I know it's not going to help you. And viruses, you get one little piece of wood dust, one little piece of Portland cement, one little piece of human dust skin. You can put thousands of viruses on one of those little things. So I think the distance between the rim and the seat is not going to protect you much. I think it'll protect you from the big droplets, but it's not the big droplets that get you. It's going to be the little ones. You're still going to get millions of exposure. There's no way to cheat the system, honest. I guess is what I'm saying, which is not really what I'm saying. I'm just parroting what smart people say, and I'm a great parrot. They say that you're not going to beat the system. This system got built long before we got here, and all we can do is go along with the rules. The rules are eat as much fresh, deep, leafy greens that grow on the ground, some vegetables, potatoes, the things that your grandmama told you. Yeah, you can eat the chicken, you can eat the beef, you can eat that, but you're going to want to eat very little of it when you understand what a virus is. When you understand what a virus is and how it jumps species, you might want to be a little bit careful about what you put in your mouth from the animal kingdom, especially from the animal kingdom that's mammals that has similar DNA to yours. I want to think about that. Just think about that a little bit. I don't tell people not to eat meat, but there's a direct correlation to the amount of meat you eat, cheese and dairy that you drink, which is full of viruses in a vaccinated form. 4 kinds of vaccinations, and I'm not going to go through the vaccines and how they and their methodologies. I'm just going to say, every time you drink milk, every time you eat some cheese, you are vaccinating. I know. You're not going to like the sound of it. The scary thing is the poor virologists, they just say the most interesting things. The rich ones on television you could ignore because they've decided money is more important than their passion. Every time you eat that piece of cheese, what's in cheese? Bacteria, pus and blood, the same thing in milk. And what's in those things? Viruses. So it's worse than the ocean because you have a higher density of viruses in those things, in the pus and the blood and everything that's in the milk. And then what do they call it? Pasteurizing. They pasteurize it. What does that mean? It's the same philosophy as vaccination. You're taking in viruses that were debilitated so you can develop immunity. Dead viruses. Viruses that were reduced in activity, not living. I don't see no likes now. You know, see, it's funny. I can tell you, I know when I'm saying something, people are processing because they're too busy. They ain't pressing that like button. They're not pressing that love button, and they damn sure ain't pressing the hate button. Yeah, you never correlated that, did you? I correlated that. It's the same thing. You're taking it a different way. It's not coming in through a shot. It's going in through your mouth. Think about that. Ooh, it's scary. And the real world is scary. You don't want to grow up. Don't ever grow up. Don't ever grow up and actually start listening to poor, passionate people. They'll ruin your day. Like you said, think like, oh, when that vaccine man comes to the door with the police, I'ma fight. Yeah, you still eating cheese and drinking milk, huh? From the animal kingdom, from camels and lambs and milk cows, dairy cows. And I'm not talking about you because I drank my raw milk too. I've had that before. I know it's criminal because you got criminals run your government, but it ain't criminal. It was delicious. It was before it's pre-pasteurized. I went to the farmer's house and I drank the whole cup. I didn't want to. I was scared, but I was on a sales gig. I was on a sales gig and I needed that farmer to give me some money because I was struggling through poverty, paying my way through college. Mr. Farmer, you're going to have to buy this picture. At the time, I was selling aerial pictures of the farm and I needed him to buy it. And he said, yeah, I like that picture. I like that picture. He wanted to educate me. I like that picture, but you know what? You ever had raw milk? And I was just like, oh my goodness. He gonna make me drink some raw milk before he buys this picture. And damn sure enough, he took me back in that warehouse. I got stories. I told you I didn't live an interesting life. Interesting. Been to place 2 here, there, or 3. And he took me back in there where they had that milk in that vat. And I said, oh, Lord, that just came out of some cow titties. And I got to make this money. But, you know, I'm about to drink some titty milk and I don't want to drink it. I don't want to drink it. I trust the corporations. No, I want it pasteurized. Damn it. You need to kill the viruses, the bacteria, the pus in the blood and all that stuff. And thank God back then I was 21, 20, had no idea what was actually in milk. Oh, but it still came out of cow titty ball, and I didn't want to drink that. But you know what? I had to sell the picture. I had to take one for the team. Say, all right, farmer, put it in the cup. Can you wash your hands first? I didn't tell him to do that. And his hands was filthy too. Looked like he was out there digging in the mud. Oh, he went got the cup. He rinsed the cup though. He took the cup and he rinsed it. He didn't put no antibacterial soap. He didn't scrub it. He didn't do anything that I like to do. No hot water. He took it and rinsed it under the water and then dipped it in the vat of milk and just gave it over and it was a vat. It was a vat. You know what a vat is? It looked like something that the farmer get a bucket, old dirty bucket, put it under the cow titties and squeeze milk into it, and then just take the bucket and just dump it right in the vat. It was just that. Had dookie on the side of it. You call it, what is it called? It's called nitrate. You put it on the field. It wasn't true dookie. It's like grass. You know when cow dung breaks down, you can start to see the grass. It was all on the sides of it. He had some on his hand. I swear he had some in his hair. And he just scooped it right in. And in my head, I could just see some of the hay and leaves and dookie balls and E. coli just going off in that milk. And he sure enough just took the cup, dipped it right in, gave it right to my dumb monkey behind. Oh. And you know what? My life passed before my eyes. Like, you know how when you're about to die, you see your life pass before your eyes. I saw my life pass. I just thought about all the kids I didn't have yet, all the beautiful women I did not kiss. And oh Lord, I said one day I'm gonna grow up and I'm gonna get me a wife. She's gonna be beautiful. And I said, I ain't gonna grow up. I'm gonna die right now. I'm gonna drink this milk and I'm gonna die. I don't even know what's in it. And he probably playing me. He's probably playing me. He's probably playing. And so anyway, I had to make money. I was born on conflict-based society. I was born on debt planet in dead America where everybody think they free at birth. And some of us say, nope, you were a slave at birth. You one of the worst slaves on the planet. Central banks attach debt to you. Get out there and go make up a con and make some money. So he conned me and I drank that gallon of milk. Well, it wasn't a gallon, it was a cup. Felt like a gallon because it took a whole long time. It was all gooey and like it wasn't like the grocery store milk neither. It had chunks and stuff. And I'm drinking it back in. And it was, you know, mind you, I ain't gonna hate on it. It was delicious. Oh, it was sweet. It was sweet, but I was wondering what the sweetness was. Had chunks and gooey thing. I'm just gooping back in. I felt like my friend Daniel. He drank breast milk from his baby. He stole the bottle right out the refrigerator, right out his wife booby breast. And I don't even know why I didn't die though. Y'all know I didn't die. But I had my raw milk, but it was full of E. coli. It was full of all kind of dookie balls and nasty stuff and dingleberries. Not even clean dingleberries from a clean American's behind that uses Perel and wipes with toilet paper, but a cow. And he don't even use toilet paper. He just let it drop out, keep on walking. Dingleberry, cow dingleberry juice. So I had cow dingleberries like cereal with dingleberries in it. And I'm still alive. Imagine that. Imagine that. We need to stop acting like we're sterile people. We are not sterile things. We are in an ecosystem. And you want to eco with the system best that you can because you don't never know. You don't never know when you're going to be selling a picture and you in college. You got to get a job. You got that privilege that you in college that other people ain't got. got to make a money, got to come up with a con, work for a con corporation for a black market called Wall Street, and you run into that farmer who just thinks, oh, you think you special, don't you, huh? You done pulled up in that sports car. You think he's better than me, huh? Okay, boy, I got something for you, boy. I'm gonna buy you pitch, boy, but you know what you gonna do? Oh, but he taught me a lesson. I thank God for that farmer every day. Every day I thank him. Not at the time. At the time I wanted to gut him. But you know, that's how it goes. Old people teach you if you let them. All right, your lords and masters are gonna give you tasks when you do. The task, oh Lord, it moved up. I'm sorry, Rebecca, I need to move down the comments. I got lost. Sometimes you tell stories and you forget what time it is. I'm supposed to be reading comments. I was thinking, oh, I was dreaming back. I done had some stories selling pictures. One day I'm gonna tell y'all all the things I ran into. First time I had somebody put a gun in my face, I was just trying to sell them a picture while being brown-skinned, bald-headed, and privileged from a privileged family driving a sports car. First time I had a shotgun pulled on me. It's the last time too, because the shotguns make a mess. I don't want to have that happen again. Whew. All right, anyway. That's why I don't, people with this whole, we need to stop the guns, fight the guns. The problem is not the gun. It's not the gun. Not the gun at all. The problem is the monkey society based in conflict. And until we change the model, everybody's going to protect the energy that they have and do the best they can to take energy from you if you keep it from them. All right, let me see. The passion of the samurai. Yes, Jimmy. I have no idea what that means, but thank you, sir. Oh, being, what is that? Authentic and humble. It's a great thing, Christine. Those are great qualities that just ain't making it in my country. It's just not making it. They're failing. They're not doing good. Authentic and humble. No, here you can't make no money being humble. Nope. You ain't gonna make no money being authentic neither. Nope, that's just gonna get you poverty in a trailer in a park. That's gonna get you a hovel in a ghetto. That's all it's gonna get you if you're authentic and humble. That's why, Christine, I trust poor people more than I do wealthy people, because wealthy people always, they're just better at the con. But then you got the poor people want to be wealthy, can't trust them neither. All right, everybody should see the video, the Jones Plantation, to see how this system mechanism work. Ooh, yeah, okay, I have to watch that later. Thank you, Randy. Coming down off of a caffeine high. My Japanese family lineage has been traced back to a samurai. Has it, Kim? That's beautiful. Everybody's heritage is beautiful. One day we'll realize that. One day we'll realize it, Kim. I try to represent all my history. Oh, I love all of them. They was all slaves and slavers and psychopathic killers and axe handlers and throwers and spear chuckers and arrow shooters. Every last one of them. It's crazy, and they probably all have wife beat. Most of them probably beat their wives. They did the things they're supposed to, and some of them probably kind of big, and they beat their husbands. But they lived in a conflict-based, wild society, and I appreciate all of them. They all made me so I wouldn't be them. That's how I look at it, right? They were samurais and gun shooters and slingers and spear chuckers and all of that stuff that you're not allowed to say on Facebook unless you got the right skin. That's what I tell everybody my lineage, Kim. I never say, if I was Japanese, I'd never say that. Or I say all of them, every last one of them. Cherokee and Britain and English and Ireland, Africa, all over the place. I'm from everybody. I can't culture appropriate, because I know what I am. I'm actually a human on the planet, and I'm related to everybody on the planet. So I don't care nothing about your cultural misappropriations, because that's stupid. All right, we all came from the same tribe, we came from the same people, and we're all related to the same people. It's high time we develop some consciousness, grow the hell up, and act like it. All right, that's mostly aimed at those liberal universities that can't seem to figure this out. They was trying to break my son. I don't want to talk about him because I don't want them coming around. Sometimes you gotta have grown folk talk, and that was fun yesterday though for a minute. I'd like to thank you, Gerard. My grandkids also say thank you. I'm so proud of my grandkids. Have been growing food and ate their first mango from their tree. Ooh, go on, Angela. You done raised some smart kids. Wonderful, beautiful thing. Yeah, you live in a tropical country. You live in a warm state. You can grow fruits year round and eat it fresh and delicious and healthy off the tree. So every time that cuckoo virus don't come around, or does come around, they go ahead and get their virus and move about their day. They don't have their whole middle class looted and shut down because bankers own their country and they just wanted to loot the middle class. They don't have to worry about it. I've been out in public. But why are you thanking me, Angela? What I do? I had nothing to do with that. I had nothing to do with that. You taught them that it was good to eat fresh fruit from the tree, and that's what they did. It takes intelligence to say I was wrong. If you make no mistake, you aren't doing crap. And you know what, Rebecca? Thank you. Because life is about mistakes. Life is about get on out there with your ignorance. Make some mistakes. Just be honest when you make them. Be honest when you make them. That's why I preach. I was relating back to the Lori post. Just be honest when you make them. I trust people, Rebecca, that make mistakes. And I stay as far from people as I can that don't make no damn mistakes. You know, and you know who that was? I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to put somebody on blast right now, Rebecca. It was Gerard 20 years ago. Oh, he didn't make no mistakes. Oh, that monkey, he was always right. Oh, to his kids, he was God. He knew everything. Oh, this is right, done the right way, with the right method, with the right tool, the right time, and did it right. Something else went wrong, and something else was the problem. It was not me, is I did it the right way. And one day I realized that I'm going to break my kids if I'm right all the time, knowing I was wrong as hell. Wrong. And then I changed my ways. I no longer acted like I was God and I knew everything and I was always right. I showed them that Dad make mistakes all the damn time. Dad trying to figure it out just like they were. I discovered a few years back before Saj Guru said it so eloquently. Right? We don't own children. We don't own them. We just got here first. We ain't smarter than them. We aren't better than them. We aren't any of that. We just got here first. And if we treat them with the same level of respect we treat everybody else, when we treat ourselves, they turn into phenomenal things. If we're honest with them, that we're just here too. We're just here too. We got here first, and we're just going to try to keep them from doing anything that kills them. Like trying to go to a farmer's house selling aerial photos, and the farmer got some jokes and wants you to drink some raw milk that he just took out the cow boobies 5 minutes ago. It's still warm. Oh, I wanted to go in the car and throw up, Rebecca. I couldn't make it come out. But I trust people who are wrong. I do not trust. But you know what? Oh, let's think about that, Rebecca. All right, so if we don't trust people, if it's wise to not trust people who are always right, is it wise to trust corporations that's always right? Is it wise to trust anybody's political party that's always right? Is it wise to trust any politician that's always right? Is it wise to trust banks and laws and legal systems and things that are always right? Trusting a monkey that's always right might get you killed. Trusting corporations, political parties, politicians, powerful, power-based things that are succeeding at conflict lie world might actually get you killed, might get your planet killed. Anyway, so he wasn't full of crap on his own. Had to borrow some from somebody else. Well, Patricia, I think you're replying to somebody else, but we do borrow crap from everybody around us. We literally borrow doo-doo, poo-poo every day, all day long. Everybody you live with, I guarantee you got a little bit of E. coli in your ear, your mouth, your nose, under your fingernails every single day. And as disgusting as that sounds, it's just how it works. You could have went to another planet. You could have went to a sterile planet with CVS's and Walgreens and corporations that actually figured out how the human body works. But that's not where you are. You are on nasty planet. You are on filthy planet with bacteria and fungi everywhere, and they run every damn thing, and we learn from them. Our body literally learns from them. And if you create a sterile environment midway between and you trust these corporations, they're gonna kill you. They're gonna kill you because they don't know what they're doing. We literally need to be exposed to all of this or we will die. We have to evolve with the planet, and all of this stuff has planetary evolutionary information that I tell y'all about later. I don't think I can say it here. I don't think they'll let me. Anyway, fecal transplants. Y'all talking about that? Hitler was a Jewish and Polish. How the hell he took over the country is beyond me. Can I answer that, Mark? Can I answer that? I'm gonna answer that in a couple ways. Hitler was a wave creature, vibrational energy that landed in a monkey body. He was placed in a place and he did the things he is supposed to do. Our problem isn't the Hitler, our problem is the model. That's one thing. So he wasn't Jewish nor Polish. He was in a conflict-based system and he came up with a solution that does not work for the majority, but he was successful doing it. How the hell he came to power in the country is beyond me. Well, that's an easy one to answer, Mark. He had a model, he lived in a model just like America. If it's popular, it's true. If it makes money, it's good to do. And at that time, he said the right things that were popular and they voted him in. Same way the monkeys do here. Only thing was, at his time, and a lot of good evidence that indicates this, at his time, he didn't realize, like the people in America and Britain and Australia and the different little places around the world, that banks actually run your country. And if you actually piss them off, they will orchestrate really, really bad things. You know, and I don't think we're allowed to say that on social media either, but I will say, Brother Mark, it'll be interesting for you to go take a peek at the unpopular history of Hitler, because his story is what they like to tell. His story. The victors always tell the tales, and the victors are usually the most psychopathically evil ones that killed the most, who won the wars. Go take a look at it, and that's not praising Hitler, and it's not shaming Hitler. It's shaming the model. When you have a model that makes Hitlers in Germany, you're going to make them in America. You got that model in Britain, you're going to make them in Britain. You got that model in Russia, you're going to make them in Russia. You got that model in China. As long as you got the same model and the conflict-based system that Hitler came in, all we're doing is waiting for the next Hitler. That's all we're doing. And we got little Hitlers all over my country. They join the gangs and they join political systems. We got little Hitlers everywhere. You know, but we can't seem to understand that the problem is actually the model, not the smoking gun. Stop looking for the smoking gun. I'm not looking for the smoking gun. There's always a menagerie, a smoothie of evil in a conflict-based model. How can we band together against microchipping and 5G technology? Great question, Fred. Great question, Fred Fry. How do we? We got to be wrong. We got to learn to be wrong. We got to learn to develop integrity in each other. See, the only way that you're going to take down massive corporations and industries that get to roll out any technology they want, no matter who it kills, when it kills them, how it kills them, no matter whose immune system it destroys, we have to actually come together. We got to discover that consciousness. And the only way we discover consciousness is we got to stop dividing up being subhumans. We have to go back to being one human race and say, you know what, we're going to do what's best for everybody. And the fun thing about that, Fred Fry, is it always takes us back to a place of unity. And it's funny, anytime I'm in unity, there's always one in the crowd. There's always a monkey in the bunch. Always a monkey in the troop. We tried that before and it didn't work. Try again. We tried that before and it didn't work. Try again. There's only one way we get out of the power-based system that controls everybody in these different groups they are. Because apparently they're all together. They're all together. You really look at it, Fred, there's certain things that you can't say on social media that all links together. And I always think about, like, why in the world would Mark Zuckerberg and social media and Google and whoever's behind that and Bill Gates, like, why would they even care, right? We're not even talking about their industry. And you think about, I grew up in the shadow of a country club. So I'm used to the rich people, not the wealthy people. I'm used to the rich people, not the people who own the resources, but the people who get to go to the country club and might own a country club, not the people who own the land and the nation the country club is in. The people who own the banks and own holding companies that own various country clubs. And I'm gonna tell you a nuance that I saw there, Fred. They were all in it together. They were all in it together. They all looked out for each other. They're like poor people in a ghetto or a hood or trailer park. Yeah, you might have a gang or two that move in, but grandmama worked with grandpa, who worked with the neighbors, who grew up with them, understand the kids and lost their damn minds, and they work together. They all work together. You're not going to take down 5G and keep 4G. You're not going to take down 4G and keep vaccines. You're not going to take down vaccines and keep a medical industry. You're not going to take down the medical industry and keep a Walgreens and CVS and headache medicine. You're not going to take down that with the banks. You're not going to take down. These people literally own us, as George Carlin said. They own us, and they're all in together, and they all agree on one basic thing that we can't seem to. That they all have a vested interest in controlling the human race. And that's why you got this body cyber-engineering, cyborg, body data collecting, cryptocurrency thingy that they're working on. They all believe in us being controlled and them remaining at the top. They want what we want, so I'm not against them in any way, Fred. They want what we want. What do we want? We want a better future for our kids, and so do they. So do they. But if I were born a trillionaire or billionaire in a trillionaire family and I wanted better for my kids, what does better mean at that level? More control, more power, more money, more security against the other billionaires. And that's what I'm saying is just we're birth bigots. We are born in a position, and what would actually work for us would work for them as well. But they can't see that. They were born too high up. So if you want to take down 4G, 5G, 8G, 9G, you want to take that, and I don't want to take them down. Let me say this the right way. GMO, all of it, I got in trouble for it not too long ago. I told people, I'm not against GMO technology. I'm not against vaccines. I'm not against medicine. I'm not against synthetics. I'm not against robots. I'm not against crypto. Some things, I'm against currency, I think. But I'm not against technology. Money is not a technology. Money is a tool of enslaving people. I'm not against any of the technologies. I'm against their irresponsible usage. Right? I'm against their usage for abuse. I'm against the wife beater, Fred. That's why I'm in the wife beater today. Some people call it a brawl, but some people heads ain't working right anyway. I'm just against the idea of using things to abuse people, right? Using your fist to abuse your wife, using your corporation to abuse a nation, using the abuse model is what I'm against, right? So I'm not against it. I think GMO can bring back the dinosaur. I think genetic engineering is an important science. And I think the most phenomenal scientists, though, are the poorest ones. The ones who sell out the most are the ones who get the highest paid jobs, and those are the ones on CNN, like the virologists. The ones who make the corporation the most money, they go to the top. The poor ones, they never make it to the top, and they never go viral on the internet. So I'm not against GMO. I think genetic engineering might save the human race one day, might bring back the dinosaurs. But if you put it in apples and put it in kids' mouth, it kills them. It turns off their immune system. It works out with the pesticide companies. I'm not against pesticides. I haven't found an application for pesticides in my mind, not one that makes any common damn sense. Not on a planet where every plant evolved its own pesticide and ability to call bugs to eat the pest, because pesticides are a little different. Like, I think they should be in a lab, figure them out. Maybe one day down the road they'll be useful, but at the model, they don't make any sense. Like viruses. But we're not going to talk about that right now. At the model, if your model is wrong, then you got to change your model. If your model is wrong, you got to change your model. And the model of pesticide, it's based on this idea that there are pests on the planet. And so the first question you got to ask yourself is, are there pests on the planet? You know, and I listen to poor microbiologists, and my main one that I love to death, I love her to death. Her name is Elaine Ingham. I call her the organic gardening queen of the whole Earth galaxy, of the planet, of the Milky Way galaxy, because she seemed to be one that figured it out. She knows a lot. She turned on her industry, like Lori. She walked away from her industry, like Dr. Shiva, Dr. Buttar, the rest of these people. I trust people who are more passionate than they want profit. And what she tells people is that, there are no pests on the planet. There are no pests on the planet. What you have are garbage collectors. You have a system that sends bugs to eat things that are growing in places they shouldn't grow or in amounts that they shouldn't grow. You got 1,000 tomatoes in the field. Some bugs are supposed to come and eat it because nowhere in nature is that healthy for that to do that. And it's that system, that pest-based system, that makes sure that the monkeys, when they eat the fruits and the vegetables and the leaves, are getting the most healthiest ones they can get. If that plant's growing in a soil that's sick and dead and dying, somebody put doo-doo on clay and it's called that organic growing. It's supposed to come and eat those plants. So those plants don't ever make unhealthy plants that mammals eat that will end up getting every cuckoo flu that comes across because they're not giving their immune system what they need. Yes, Elaine Ingham, Lori, she's at the Rodale Institute. She's got a lot of talks on the internet if you want to know what she talks about. But she's got it pegged. There are no pests on the planet. So having a pesticide industry is stupid. Having pesticide labs makes sense, right? It's just technology. There's no such thing as a bad technology. Like the gun behind me. There's no such thing as a bad piece of technology. It's how you use it. But if you develop an industry based on a flawed model of pest equals bad, then you're going to cause a lot more problems than you solve. Right? So I'm not against pesticides. And it can apply to viruses. I just don't want to do that right now. I don't want to go to Facebook jail right now but I put out my disclaimers every single time. It does not matter. You say anything that's unprofitably true, you go to Facebook jail because that's just how it works. So yeah, so how do we fight these corporations that are all united at the top, from technology to chemicology, and that's not even a word, to virology? Is well, one, we gotta stop fighting with each other. Gotta come together. We gotta stop fighting over races and religions and cultures and countries and all the other ignorant subhuman groups that get created at our birth. If we can do that, then we have the numbers. We'll never have the money, but we'll have the numbers. And when you got the numbers and you say, you know what, we're not going to let you do anything, that's going to hurt any of our people. If you understand who your people are, that's how you take them down. So the first step is unity. First step is you got to take out the hate. And pride is just hate said another way. And identity, the way I think about it. So I'm not proud of any of the given birth identities handed down by billionaires and their colonization and the borders that they have. When you get rid of that and you got poor people united, poor people equals anybody that doesn't have $1 billion in the bank. As soon as poor people unite, great things can happen. We can say, we're not gonna allow you to take a violence-based system and roll it out anymore. That's what's gotta happen. Then the second is education. People have got to get educated on what these things are at the principal level, right? At the principal level, the same issue I have with every industry is the same issue I have with every industry. They misappropriate and misuse technology. You have abuse-based systems. All right, let me see. Get you some goat milk with the cinnamon with goat hair? Hell no. No, Mark, that's not gonna No. I ain't drinking from no goats. I'm not drinking from no chickens. I'm not drinking from no cows. I'm not drinking none of that, Mark. Those things are a little too close to us in DNA. We're too close cousins. The viruses that are in them can work better within me than from fish. And that's a weird thing too, if you really think about it. Probably the further you get from your DNA profile, probably the less chance you have of contracting an illness. There's something to that. There's something to it. I don't understand it yet, but there's something to that. Please don't use Lysol or Purell. Well, Jasmine, I think that might be an act of terror that you're saying. That might be domestic terrorism, because people believe in their Lysol and their Purell. I tell you this, Lysol, in my view, is more dangerous than anything that it kills. Everything that it kills involved in the system. You have an organic system that controls life on this planet. You putting pesticides or carcinogens in your lungs because it smells like pine lemony fresh is going to kill you. Purell, same damn thing. It's just killing off things that people need that makes them strong. Let me see. I'm so disgusted when I grab a pre-sprayed cart in the store. I'd rather grab a cart that's been sneezed on. I agree with Trish Blankenship from the perspective that I don't see the sneeze. I agree with you, right? But that's content. It's amount too, right? That's one thing that they talk about. Like, now you get hundreds of thousands of billions of trillions of that virus. Yeah, it's probably going to kill you. But if you get a small amount, then you're going to be good. Right, so Trish, I agree with you. If that cart does not have a loogie hanging on it, everybody know what a loogie is. I do not need to go through details. If it got to look like something that a trucker just and it's dripping and hanging off of it, please do not get that cart. Trish Blankenship. I know you live in the country and you're quite healthy. Do not get that cart. You need small exposure to it, which brings me to vaccines. And this is why I'm not against vaccines. I'm against violence. I'm against them forcing them in you. People who believe in it, good for them. Let them run with it. But I believe in the honesty in the industry too, which is, well, okay, so now what are we doing? Right? We're giving the human body small bits and pieces of this particular virus so they develop some immunity, right? They can say they've saved lives with vaccines. Now, not the way I think is popular, and I'll talk about that at another time on another platform. But I'm not against the vaccine technology. They can save lives with it. But they haven't saved as many as they say they have, right? But that's what Trish getting the cart with sneeze on it is. She's getting the live, healthy virus, and hopefully in small amounts, not the one that's already been altered. But we'll talk about that at another time. Just make sure that cart ain't got nothing green on it. You'll be good to go, Trish. I'll take honesty over intelligence any day. Absolutely. Ooh, Beaufort. We can drill down into that, couldn't we? Right? Somebody who is wrong all the time and honest is more important in your life than somebody who's intelligent and right all the time. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because if if you're wrong, if you're honest, you can develop endless intelligence. You can collect all types of data and put it together in amazing ways. But if you're just intelligent, you're just intelligent. You can go beyond intelligence to wisdom. I'm not even sure how that fits in. I'm not even sure I want to drill down on that anymore, Bo, because that just made my head hurt thinking about it. But I'll surround myself with honest people. I cannot I'd rather live in a real, dirty, filthy, poo-filled, dookie, nasty, funky, fart-filled world every day. I'd rather take the ugly, true world, honest world, over a lie of a fake, intelligent world any day. Give me the raw honesty and let my brain do with it what it will. All right, let me see. I don't trust anyone else. Woohoo. Yeah, I don't trust anybody, Miss Tree either. It's a bad idea. Trust, I don't even think that's a word. I don't even think that should be a word anymore. Why do you have to trust anybody who's honest? Why do we have to trust systems that are based in honesty? Why do we have to trust if we had governments that didn't have secrets? Why would we have to trust if we have corporations that had secret science and patents? We wouldn't have to trust. The word wouldn't even have to exist. Either it works or it don't. Either it did or it didn't. Right? It's like language. Yeah, trust, I don't even like the word. That's why people say, you trust it? No, I don't trust nothing. I'm a little too old. Everything's trying to consume energy. Everything is based in energy, and I'm energy. So I don't trust nothing. Given the right circumstances, everybody will carve you up and put you on a platter with some croutons. That's just how this world works, and probably so would I, if I got hungry enough. DNA from another mammal can't get in your bloodstream unless it's injected, or open wound. Is that right? Jennifer Carroll asked the question. Well, I know the answer. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to answer it, though. I'm not sure. I think, Jennifer Carroll, you are treading on dangerous ground. Dangerous ground. I would say that common sense should answer that question. Anybody with a critical thinking mind who wanted to go out and look for that on the internet, Jennifer Carroll, could find it. But you're not allowed, I don't think you're allowed to say it. It'll get you strikes and marks. I will say that, to talk around that, I'll say that I believe in organic systems, Jennifer. I don't believe in synthetic systems. I believe in organic everything. Eating things whole and raw is better than getting them synthetically in a way that we have never gotten over time. I'm gonna say that another way, Jennifer. There were some theories as to where HIV came from, which I think you're allowed to say online. I'm not sure on these social media platforms. But they said one of the original theories was that there was a guy in Africa. So you got to pick a country that's unpopular at the moment, or a land that's unpopular at that time. First one was he was having sex with monkeys, and they've disproven that. They've proven that monkeys have lignin strength muscles that could literally rip your arm off and beat you over the head with it, let alone a ding dong. The monkey would beat you to death with your ding dong and then eat you and your ding dong later if it was hungry. So that did not happen. Ain't nobody out in the jungle raping monkeys. Never going to happen. I think, who was it? Dave Chappelle did a great common sense skit on that. The second theory was that there was a soldier and he had to walk home for whatever reason from something. So I told y'all, I listen to everything people send me. It takes me a little while to get to it, but I watch it and listen to it. And he was walking home, got hungry, and there was a monkey, and he shot the monkey. And when he was carving up the monkey, he actually cut his hand, and some of the monkey tissue got into his bloodstream, and it developed into HIV or something like that. I'm not going to tell you I know it's true, and I don't believe none of that. I tend to believe the whistleblowers, like I tend to believe the conflict-based systems and making profit and what happened in New York City with 100 gay men and some experiments. I tend to believe that, but I'm going to say with the soldier in the jungle, it does make a lot of sense that back then, be careful how I say it. If when we were hungry, we needed to carve up animals for meat, and you had knives and rocks and sticks and things that were sharp, every now and then you're gonna cut yourself. And when you cut yourself, it's gonna have some of that buffalo, monkey, elephant tissue on it. And then you can introduce it that way. So I think there are a lot of ways that you can start a pandemic, and I'm just going to leave it at that. I can't answer that. A lot of this stuff you can find on the internet. I don't have to say it because I don't have to go to Facebook jail. If people really care about the question you ask, they'd actually do the research for themselves too. Gerard, are you a raw vegan? Who is that? Carzigna. I am a Gerard. That's how I'm gonna answer that question. I'm a Gerard Carzigna. I don't like the identities. I don't like the names. I think when you name things, you break things. I am a person that when I discover things work better in this ecosystem I call a body, I'll eat more of that. And I found over my time, Carzigna, the more fruit and vegetables I ate, the healthier I got. The more raw things I ate, the healthier I got. The less animal products I ate, the less viruses I got, colds, flus, and things like that. And so I end up in a space where I used to say, and if you watch old videos, I said it, I just say that, because I hopefully it helps people. I eat things that make me stronger, and I avoid things that make me weaker. I eat things that don't cause inflammation as much as I can, and I try to eat less of the things that cause inflammation. Flu season comes around every year. And every 4 years, it just seems to be a hell of a lot worse than the other 4 years. But you got to be an American to understand that. You have to pay attention, understand that every 4 years that we always, flu season's a lot worse. And it's synced right up with the election every 4 years, but that's another whole thing. I think if you're wise and you're smart, Carzigna, you'll live like you're wise and smart. The same way Lori said that she was wrong and she wasn't wrong. She was right from her experience and her perspective and her training. And so was I. If you are honest about your diet like we are about our words, then we will eat less things that cause less problems. And we'll be honest about that with ourselves. It's good to be honest with other people. Everybody needs to be more honest with their own body than Lori Riley is on the internet. Think about it like that. Like we have what we'll call self-hate. We'll have what's called self-hate. And self-hate has been made popularized by television and advertising. And we talked about that yesterday as well. We talk about everything here. If you can be fooled and tricked by billionaires, television, and advertising into eating things that make you abuse your own ecosystem, your own body, break down your own herd immunity, there's not much anybody can do that's going to help you. You know, survival of the fittest never stop. And if you can't admit when you're wrong because it's delicious and red and shiny and it's in the grocery store, because it tastes really, really sweet and they have food chemists that trick you into eating things that you should never put in your body. Survival of the fittest never stop. We just stop calling criminals because they're profitable. We stop calling poison poison because it takes decades to kill you as opposed to moments and you're the king. And that's just the crazy thing from a principle perspective. Think about that. We've literally made industries from models of poisoning people. And we're proud of it. We are literally proud of it. We have literally made industries out of poisoning people slow. Best answer ever. I'm not sure if it's the best answer ever, Jasmine. I'm trying to do my best to help people who want to be helped. Right? I have no interest in people who want to be culled back. They're probably not supposed to have kids. The natural systems work the way they do. And if you can't figure out how nature works, you probably shouldn't be raising kids to not figure out how nature works. People who want help, I try to say things in a way, Jasmine, where my ego doesn't get in the way, because I got that. My narcissism doesn't get in the way, because I got that. My sociopathism gets it. And my I'm righter than you or I'm better than you doesn't get in the way. If you can admit when you wronged your body, then write your body more. If you can admit when you wronged your friend, then write your friend more. You know, I think that's how we have to think about things. We need to think about everything from the white beater perspective. Abusing your body is just as bad as abusing your wife. Just because you can hurt somebody who has a weaker physical structure does not make you stronger, doesn't make you a man. It actually makes you a psychopath. It means that you're abusing somebody because you have something they don't. And then that's what corporations do. Just like we do, just like abusive husbands and abusive wives do, abusive boyfriends do, is they take something that they have to abuse people who don't have it. And this is why I don't like secrecy. Y'all see how all this links together? Isn't this creepy? That's why I don't like secret corporations and patents and secrets in government. If they have secrets, then they can abuse you with it. And that's exactly what every government on this planet is doing. Which takes me back to the whole cuckoo virus. Is it natural? You know, to me, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You know, was it made in the lab? It doesn't matter. I think it's interesting. I think we got a lot of whistleblowers telling a lot of interesting things. If we don't take care of the bodies the way we're supposed to, nature's gonna kill us, or bioweapons are gonna kill us, right? We shouldn't have bioweapon labs if we're conscious. If we literally were a conscious sentient species, who would vote for government that has bioweapons labs that makes things and weapons that can murder everybody on the planet? You know, things that are evolving to help us, but they make them to hurt us. That's psychopathic. All dots connected make sense. Christine, they all make sense across industries, it's crazy, Christine. It's so crazy. It's boggling my mind that from an IT perspective, I understand virology. It's the craziest thing. Like I was studying this morning, the stuff that people send me, and I'm like, oh my God. Like, this is crazy. Like, I think the whole IT industry came out of bacteria or biology or fungi. Like, the way ecosystems work are the same way industries work, and profit-based. I don't want to go down that path. It just blows my mind. I'm not against good science. I'm, however, against irresponsible and rushed science. Exactly, you know what? I'm against irresponsible and rushed everything, not just science. I love science. I love science. I love religion. I love people's experience and scripture and the scientific method. And you put them all together, Noel, you can make a very powerful society. You can make a very sustainable planet and a very sustainable species. You break them up into silos. You make the most ignorant thing you can, and except adding profit to those ignorant-based siloed systems. You can make them monsters. You know, so I'm not against science nor technology. I'm against letting them out in the public domain in an ecosystem that they've never been introduced to. You know, GMO, you can't let it out. It's got to stay in the laboratory. We don't know how the ecosystem works. It's ignorant to let it out. We don't know what it's going to do. We don't know what we're exposing ourselves in. The whole planet is shifting and changing, and it's hacking. It's hacking. We can call it anything we want to. It can be methodical, but it's still a hacker. A hacker is someone who modifies something, a system, and they don't know the purpose of the system. They don't know why it works. They just look at it and they figure out one little piece of code like, oh, if I change this, it'll have this effect, and I like this effect, and I want this effect, but you're changing it in the system. You have no idea what that function does. You could kill everybody from one little hacker we call a professional and an engineer. There's a difference between someone who's monkeying around in a system they don't understand, science, and engineering. An engineer makes a thing. I talked about that a little while ago. Right? Science has its place too. Science is to discover things and teach engineers how things work. Engineers go make their own creations that work from the bottom up so they completely understand what they made. Hackers are people who take a little bit of science and go beat around in the system to get a desired result, but they have no idea how that's going to affect the entire system, which is why I'm against violence. I'm against any forced technology going into people because we don't understand how people work yet. It's all hacking. Anytime somebody wants to put something in you, they are a hacker. I never used to hire hackers. Well, that's a lie. I'm lying. I'm lying. I did because hackers are smart too. That's how they fool everybody and they get on the news. Hackers are very smart. But when they worked for me, they had to act as though they were software engineers, right? I wanted to know the plan. I want to know what you're developing. I need to see the flow chart, how it's going to work. How does that work within the system? How does it work within the functions? Let's test it out. Let's see how it goes. I need to know your whole philosophy to make sure it fits in with the philosophy of what a server is and this application we're deploying for the client called software. But they were very smart people. You go do your hacking on your own time, but we don't have models of hacking in software development. We are engineers. It needs to do precisely what we say it's going to do, and it needs to work well within that system, which is why, unfortunately, we've promoted a lot of hackers into positions they shouldn't be. We've let some industries develop models on hacking things they don't understand. And this is why we have a planet full of dying people, and we have plagues on every single continent. We have pandemics at the levels they've never been in history. And it's because we let people make a model out of a systemic problem, making profit from the problem, not making profit from solving the problem. All right. I did some comments. Let me see if there's anything else on the thread in the news this morning. A lot of interesting things. A lot of interesting things. When you disagree with someone very often, you will be accused of gaslighting that someone. And this is very true, Rebecca, but those are debating tactics as well. I don't debate anybody, and I really don't care what people think. I like discourse. I like philosophy. I like to put information out. Don't really care what people think. I don't even debate people. Like, oh, let's debate. Why would I debate you? What do you know? It's not a debate. I'm not interested in debating. I'm interested in learning. And the only way I learn is if I surround myself with people who are willing to be wrong on a planet where most people are wrong, so I can learn, you know? And so they call it, oh, they say, man, I'm gaslighting. They're probably right. Who's that, Rebecca? Said, oh, you gaslight because you always talk about children. We need to do something for the children. I said, okay, but it worked, don't it? It worked when they say they want to go save some children that's being gassed so they can go bomb the children. It works. So I use that, but it maybe it's gaslighting when you receive it. When I put it out, it's just passion. I think we only have one purpose as adults, and that is to be here for the next generation, and that's it. Our purpose isn't to be anything other than that. And if that's gaslighting to them, then they can run with that. But I'm not interested, in that sociopathic model of being right in conversation. That's stupid to me. I think everybody knows what they know based on the experiences they had, and I'd rather keep more friends than enemies. And when you think you're right, you make more enemies than friends. Because all we need is a 50-ton carnivore strolling around looking for us like we're snacks, Mary Lynn, which is right. That's what the dinosaurs are. We're introducing something that was down selected, and we're bringing it back. But like I said, Mary, I like technology. I love it. I think the more things you can do to make people fall in love with nature, the better off we are. It's like that documentary, Mary. Have you seen it's called Blackfish? I watched the documentary and oh my goodness. Oh, I was pissed off. I was mad and angry. I was mad. Oh, SeaWorld needs to die. They need to be buried and burnt up in some ashes. I really thought about it, Mary. And the only reason I love orca whales is because I saw them at SeaWorld. If I seen them at SeaWorld, I probably wouldn't love them as much as I do. Like being able to see them up close, being able to look in their eyes. Now, meanwhile, they probably were, it's not a probably, they were abused. You take an animal out of its ecosystem and you put it in a fake ecosystem, a fecosystem. Yeah, that's a form of abuse. But one, I thought about it, Mary. I mean, who am I to judge? I've had dogs my whole life. I've had parrots, I've had parakeets, I've had fish, I've had koi. I've abused all these animals. Now, not to the level SeaWorld maybe has. I didn't poison things or whip things. I didn't do the Tiger King putting them down, nothing like that. But on our own levels, we are the little sellouts we are. We just feel better when we point a finger and say, oh, SeaWorld's a monster. I'm good. I'm better. They're monsters, but it's based on the same philosophy of abuse. Wife beater. That's why I got the wife beater on today. I'm tying everything back to wife beaters. If it weren't for SeaWorld, I never would have fell in love with nature. I wouldn't have the love I do for animals. If we weren't seeing tigers and monkeys and lions in cages in the most horrible zoos across the planet, Mary, I wouldn't have the love I have that I have. If we use genetic engineering at some time in the future where we could make a cage that actually could hold a 50-ton dinosaur where it wouldn't escape the same way in Jurassic Park to eat the monkeys that actually is their food, we should make them. I mean, imagine if you had zoos that had more room, not cages. Do not say that I am a proponent of putting animals in cages. No, to me, a backyard is a cage. It's just a bigger cage. A zoo with miles for animals to run is a cage. A nation with borders actually is a cage too, abusing the human race. If we actually had dinosaurs and the best ecosystems we could develop for them, and humans to ride around, kids to look at living dinosaurs moving and breathing, and one, it would not only create a phenomenal love for nature, it would create love for the past. It would create more understanding that everything goes extinct that doesn't discover how to make a spaceship and work together to get off of the planet that eventually is going to extinct everybody. Right? It would give us the understanding that the climates always do change. Sure, we can change them and make them faster, change faster. It would give us all of that. So I am all for using technology to help us be better us's, right? It's like I'm all for that. Now, will version 1.0 of the dinosaur cages end up getting people eaten? Yes. Absolutely. There was 1.0 is a horrible version. The Tiger King and Carol, horrible versions, right? They still got tigers in cages arguing over who's better. But we live in a nation where people own pets. So I'm not against pet ownership. I'm for, I think, Mary, us just getting better, right? At a philosophical level. Wherever you are, if you can add on top of that, and by the time you die, you're a better human than where you were born at, that's a great thing. We just got to get better. We got to get better treating animals. We got to get better treating the ecosystem, and we damn sure got to get better at treating babies and each other. We got to get rid of these conflict-based systems like politics. They're just parlor tricks. They're means for abusing other people because you got more numbers than the other side got. I'm against voting at the moment, Mary. Not because it doesn't work and we actually have a corporation that looks like a government. I'm against voting because it's a psychopathic system of wearing a wife beater. And because you're bigger and stronger, you got more people, you have to feel the right to beat the other side. And that's how it actually works. People don't like it, but I think it's true. Right? If I'm a Democrat and it's more of us, then we can get together and take your guns and force you to pay for our health care, while we keep a model of violence that we deploy all over the planet, and we eat Twinkies that debilitate our immune system that require us to go get the health care to begin with. I just see crazy, psychopathic, sellout contradictions on all sides. Right? On the right, you got the Republicans. Well, I don't know, what do they want nowadays? Well, they want freedom, but they're crazy because they believe in the Republic, and their name is the Republic, but we are not even a republic. They ended that Republic in 1871, which is why I got that right there, to remind people. They own you. You are a commodity of a corporation. But I don't know, the Republicans, I don't know, they want something. What do they want now? Well, they want to keep blowing up the world, right? They want to build borders to keep people out and keep blowing up the nations for the reason why they're coming in. I just see contradictions everywhere. And to me, that's not getting better at what you are. It's not getting better at being human. It's just you forcing things on other people. It's violence. All right. Anyway, I don't know how dinosaurs took us all the way down there, but that's how it all works together in my head. It's a psychopathic abuse system. I want to look at my thread. I know Lori sent me something interesting. Dr. Andrew Kaufman, schizophrenia, COVID. I'm gonna have to look at that, Lori. I appreciate that. Let's see, sister. Oh, you know what? I'll show y'all what I'm looking at so y'all can see it as I move up. Not that one, but this one. Sister Sheena, y'all need to follow her. Another deep sister doing videos. Melissa Oso is here too. Try to support people that are bold enough to go out there and live stream and put themselves out. Because when they're finished doing whatever they're doing, this global governance, new world order thing, the first people they're coming for, ones with the biggest mouth who had the ability to step up and say, listen, we need to work together. Because the only real terrorism in a control system is something that wants to end the control system. That's the only real terrorist. And these people are terrorists. She's a terrorist right there. Sheena's a terrorist. She says truthful things. And here's another one right here, named Lori Riley. She's a terrorist too. She's literally like trying to help people to be able to be honest and just say, you know what, just admit when you're wrong. It's an aspect of being mature and evolving. I'm just going up my timeline real quick. Everything's public I post. I don't post anything secret because there are no secrets. It's why I got my QAnon friends mad at me, and I'm still going to tell them the truth from how the things that I know to be fact, and that is there are no secrets on the internet. There's nobody that's anonymous, and everybody out there, everything you post, they know exactly who you are, where you are, what you're posting, when you post it. Damn it, they might even know it before you post it. They got these cameras and MK Ultra and all kind of DARPA technologies to read your mind. Same way an EKG system works. Can't have any more secrets on the planet. I don't know how true that is, and I really don't care. We literally can't have a system that's based in elites knowing things we don't know, especially if it's a global cult. Big old Dr. Rashid Buttar. Watch everything that brother put. Oh, he dropped a truth bomb the other. Oh my gosh, he just dropping bombs. What I quote him on last night? He did the reverse of, have you seen the documentary Forks Over Knives? He did a reverse of it. He said, I think this might, yeah, I posted that. This is the video he talked about. It's last night. He said, it's guns. It fits with guns and violence. He said that we're worried about banning guns and we need to ban spoons. Y'all know what he's talking about? Why would he say we need to ban spoons more than we need to ban guns? Now, personally, I don't believe in banning anything. But the things that you eat with a spoon, they actually kill more people than what guns ever have. You can add up all the wars all you want. You got corporations and advertising, the things that fit on spoons and the things you need to cut with knives, they kill more people than guns ever had. If you really had an interest in helping people and saving humanity, you would ban the spoons. I was like, oh, that's just deep. He took something powerful. I think it was Michael Pollan's documentary with the forks over knives. He just flipped it another way. You eating that ice cream. I think I had me some last night. I had some ice cream just last night. But I tell you what's true. I tell you what I do. I have no interest in lying to you, but I had me some ice cream last night with some apple pie. And hell yes, it has synthetic sugar in it. That's how I was raised. You know, but I try to eat healthy things and I don't get sick. So whatever's happening within my ecosystem I call a body, it's working out. Nobody's paying for my health care. I don't have a doctor. I don't even go see the doctor. So nobody's paying for it. I'm not violating anybody, forcing him to pay a tax for my ignorance of eating Twinkies and ice cream last night on a spoon. Yeah, Car Zigna, yeah, it's coffee time. I drink coffee and I run my mouth, but I drank too much coffee this morning. That's why if you see me downing right now, it's my addiction. If you see me coming off of my caffeine high at this moment in time, if I'm talking slower like I'm a Baptist preacher down south, it's because I have an addiction to caffeine. Not bad as I used to, but oh damn it, it used to be bad. I don't get headaches enough when I don't drink, but you can see my moods when I go up and come down. They're like, yeah, he always starts off pretty high running his mouth, but you can tell when he's about to end the live stream because you can see that addiction wear off like crack cocaine. But it allows me to process monkey world a little better, and so I drink my coffee. It just helps me to think better in the morning. What is this? Oh yeah, what if we refuse to get back to normal until citizens ran their own governments? Act of 1871. Please tell me you know what that means. I was watching videos from a brother. Is he on there? I thought I posted the link by him. No, he's going around talking about the Act of 1871 and how your government became a for-profit corporation. And I thought it was on this post here. Sometimes I'll post the link so you can go see it. I prefer people to go do their research, but that's how you know who actually cares. It's usually the people who care are the ones who don't respond right away. They're the ones that they'll go out and research it, not the ones who already know the answer. But then again, some people already researched it, they know the answer. But usually that first denial, that first Caesar, thou was protestest too much, is the most ignorant one. The one that you just said something that conflicts with their model. They want to get people together, go out and vote and change their government that actually is a corporation, and corporations don't actually listen to your votes. They'll be the first to respond. You conflict with somebody's identity, boy, you're probably saying something true. And that is true today as it was, but I don't think it's just America. I think because it doesn't really matter if you actually have a government. If your government is pushed around and a corporation has leverage over it, a bank or whatever, you might as well have a corporation. It's not really a government. You don't actually tell it what to do. Power and money tell it what to do. That's the system we have around the world. So it doesn't really matter. I say Act of 1871, so, oh, that applies to America. No, because your government's going to do exactly what the power says to do. And as long as they got an America who outsources Pentagon to 13 families and will blow up any planet or any, yes, planet is the right answer, but starting with the nations, then you got the same problem. The Act of 1871 is everybody's planet, everybody's problem who live on the planet. Anybody who wants to be free, you got a problem with the Act of 1871. Please educate your Americans that they do not have a federal government. The republic was collapsed a long time ago. All right, we're 100% dependent on Mother Earth, which is truly intelligent. We don't even know how to create anything living like a flower. Yes, Christine, that is true as you said it right there. And we don't create anything. We're all hackers. We hack things. Well, with the only things we create, we actually start with other things. Even like a car. Yeah, we create cars, but we actually started with compounds and minerals and things to forge the circuit boards and the things for the car. We didn't even make that. But as a system, we put it together and we know how it operates. And to me, that's the difference between engineering and hackers. You know, we make cars and we can make a car run endlessly and perpetually. You can't make a human body run forever because they haven't figured out how the human body runs. Until they figure that out, I'm not interested in anybody's experiment on the human body. To me, it's just hacking. All right, what is this? Oh yeah, I agree with Dr. Buttar. Yes, this quote right there. Yeah, more funerals are caused by spoons and knives more than they are caused by guns. Brother Emilio, another deep post. He's always posting deep stuff. You should follow him if you don't follow him. Emilio Mamora. And he ran from the system too. He used to be a teacher. He ran from the system because he said truthful things. Oh yeah, this was right here, TV, dramatic ad in Time. Yeah, I'm sick of that ad. That's what it is. I'm sick of this. I had to think about what that was. I'm so sick of it. They had a dramatic music. Do y'all know what I'm saying here? Where it's just like, do 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 do. In times like these, I click as soon as I hear that. As soon as I hear that, I click off. In times like these times aren't supposed to happen, right? These aren't normal organic times. These are times they created. The government shut down governments all over the world, right? And most of them tend to have Rothschild central banking, and there's a correlation there that Sesame Street taught you. It's no times like in times like these, we need to pull together. Hollywood did speaking. We're in it with you. We're struggling with you. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're in a mansion. You got plenty of toilet paper, and and plus you're told to put together an ad to kind of drum up more of the fear and advertise whatever y'all selling. I ain't buying. Ain't no times like in times like these, I educate myself. In times like these, I do the correlations that I learned at Sesame Street to figure out what's actually happening in my country. And 9 times out of 10, it's never politics. It's never politics. It's never, they're usually there together on the scam. Ooh, speaking of scams, yes, that was like a caffeine hit that just went across my mind. I got to show y'all something. I got to show you something. Did y'all see the hot mic? Anybody see the White House hot mic? Anybody see that one? Oh, it's just funny to me. It's just evidence just piling up and piling up and piling up. Somebody, and this is the problem. When you don't pay the sound crew appropriately, when the sound crew, let me show you, when the sound crew does not live in the gated neighborhoods you do. Everything you do is waiting for them to come back and tell on you. Check this out. This was a White House open mic, adding to the pile of evidence that they knew. And they're just covering it up. They're just saving face. And they got a whole skit that they do ahead of time. All right, now Trump, you stand here. Democrats, you stand over here. Reporters, here are the questions you can ask. We're going to get the show going. Is everybody on set? Lighting. You got the mic, everybody. Action! And they got to get out there and act like they're fighting Trump. And the reason why the shutdown occurred in multiple countries across the planet is because Trump.
All right, man. What do you know, man? You can take out the mask, Doug. The case fatality rate's like 0.1 to 0.3 according to USC. Is it really? That's reassuring. USC. Everybody here's been vaccinated anyway. USC and LA County Public Health came out with a study. They found that there were 7,000 cases in California, but they really believe that there are anywhere from 221,000 to 442,000 people who were infected. Really? Yeah.
And so that makes it 0.1 to 0.3.
Did y'all see that? This is why whistleblowers, I remember I used to say something, the most powerful whistleblowers are the ones who actually still work in the industry. Like, you got to appreciate the Edward Snowdens. You got to appreciate all the ones that people say, they're CIA. The Stephen Greers, UFO free energy, all of that stuff. I always appreciate poor people. The biggest problem with their systems is they're full of people, poor people, who don't live behind gated communities and don't have $1 billion in the bank. And when they see what's going on, they'll turn on their industry. Somebody at the White House might produce this, and I believe that to be true. At first, I didn't believe it when I saw it. I'm going to tell you my thought process and what I did when I first saw this. I saw this, and now, of course, I live on Monkey World in one of the most conflict-based monkey nation zoo things with border cages that people love the borders, and they want to put up higher cages to keep us all in. I don't believe anything when I first see it. And so when I first saw this, I was like, man, that's a Photoshop. Like, people walking around, it's not making any sense. Let me zoom in, see if you can see closer. See, make it big as I can. Now, y'all see these guys. Now, watch them and see, because the first thing I said, you know what? They probably aren't talking to each other. They're probably somebody just got some video and they're doing a voiceover, right? Like, I'm walking through it in my mind how somebody would who actually believes in the system and that these are actually real press conferences, not orchestrated skits where everybody just picks their side and it says what they're supposed to. And so I'm gonna start back at the beginning. I said, okay, when we come in the room, did they greet each other at the right time?
What's up, Danny? All right, man.
As soon as he opens the door, he walks in, he turns his head, he looks at him, he said, good morning, all right, yeah. So that's synced up, like they got the sound file synced up.
What do you know, man? You can take out the mask, the case fatality rate's like 0.1 to 0.3.
He said, you can take off your mask in case y'all can't hear it, because the case mortality is 0.1, 0.2 to 0.2 or 0.3%. What does that mean? That in translation means that it's flu season. But it also means that it's a very mild flu season. It means that very few people are dying from what people are hiding in their houses for what they destroyed the entire middle class economy for, because somebody was looting it and the currencies needed to shift. And so what I'm doing is syncing up though. So now watch their faces, and when they start talking, see if they make eye contact, because we tend to do that as monkeys. When you hear something and somebody says something that's like astounding, you look over at each other.
That's reassuring. USC. Everybody here's been vaccinated.
So one guy saying, yeah, this was kind of fake because it's 0.01 to 0.03%. And the other one is basically saying, oh, well, that's okay. It's not like it wasn't that surprised. He looked up at him and he put his head down and said, I'm not all that surprised. We're all vaccinated anyway. Two sides just expose themselves to you. One's saying, yeah, well, we're already good to go. Now you might actually know why, oh, wait a minute, I won't do that. You might know why the president and most of the people they don't wear masks, why the rich people walking around and not wearing masks. We're already vaccinated anyway. Not that I believe in vaccinations, not that I believe in any of this. I believe in monkey world and lies. So one guy just told you that we overstated it, and the other guy just told you, well, we're all vaccinated anyway, against something that there's no vaccination for, that we told them it's going to take about a year to put together.
Anyway, USC and LA County Public Health came out with a study. They found that there are 7,000 cases in California, but they really believe that there are anywhere from 221,000 to 442,000 people who were infected.
See, this is based on the philosophy that you'll never test everybody that gets the flu, that there are a lot more people that get the flu that don't go to the hospital like me. They don't get it counted, they don't get tested, because they don't give two damns about you pretending to try to create a synthetic world that we all ain't gonna die in if y'all try to create. So 200,000, 400,000 people got it, in which pretty much everybody gets it. When the cuckoo virus comes through every flu season, everybody's supposed to get it. If you don't get it, you're down the road, you're probably gonna die. There's functionality in viruses that you need. But once again, there's certain things you can't get into detail on. You just gotta let people go along in monkey world.
Really? Yeah. So that makes it zero.
See how he paused? This guy, look at his face. He stopped. He was like, really? Right? And he looked over at the other guy, and now he's not talking. He's looking at the guy. And this guy, see his head right there? See that little bobbing thing? That's a head. That's a person. That person is the one that's talking now. I watched this about 30 times before I figured out who was talking, because I was trying to find a missync where it's a problem, where this is a fake video. No, it's a real video.
1, 2, 0, 3. Does a study to give out right there?
Yeah, just give it to them. So it suggests the case fatality risk is 10.
It seems.
Wow. What's your right line with the flu?
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is.
So it was a hoax. I don't think it was a hoax.
So it was a hoax. And so this guy right here. So it was a hoax. And the other guy said, no, I don't believe it was a hoax. And once again, we can go through all the whole looking for the smoking gun, who did it, and blah, 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 blah. If it was a bioweapon, if it's 4 or 5G, if it's glyphosate or whatever. And to me, none of that really matters, right? Everyone's looking for a smoking gun. There's always a lot of reasons why all these things happen. I found it interesting at the end, though. He said, it's a hoax. He said, no, it's not a hoax. To me, you know what I heard? I said, oh, it's not a hoax. We did what we had to do. We are all experimenting with cuckoo flus and viruses and bioweapons, and we thought something probably got out, so it wasn't a hoax. It just wasn't the one that we thought it was. We were developing something and spent $38 million sent over there to set up that Wuhan lab, and that's what we thought it was. We're just like China. Now you got the people joining the side. China did it. China flu. Wuhan, Chinese. And I'm just like, well, no, I think in China. I told you my theory from the beginning. I think it got out. I think you had a poor monkey like the guy who did the hot mic, or gal who released it, you know, and they'll probably get fired from it. But once again, I always appreciate people who turn on their own industries. I think it was the same thing in China. I think somebody realized what they were cooking up, what they were up to, and they probably released it, or they took it home and they gave it and it spread. And why the Chinese government reacted the way they did when they found that doctor with the viral video, they thought it was one of theirs. And maybe it was one of theirs. Maybe it was one that person who was working on it, the lab tech, realized that this really ain't gonna hurt anybody. It's gonna blow across. And maybe they were just a whistleblower in that way. They infected themselves. They knew that it was gonna kill them or anybody they infected, but eventually it was gonna blow out and blow through, but it would stop whatever they were planning at a higher level. If it was central banks, collapsing currencies, I don't know, it sounds crazy. You know, everybody wants to rule the world, but everybody wants to rule the world. And some people got a lot more power to own bioweapons labs. And so to me, when I look at it, no, it wasn't a hoax, because China reacted the same way we did. They went crazy. They grabbed that guy immediately. They arrested him. When they, I guess, maybe tested him, they realized, oh, okay, well, maybe this isn't the one in the lab that caused the damage, and they let him go. And he started doing videos on the internet again. Came to America, they overreacted here too. Why? Because we all got lying governments that's working on criminal technology that can kill all of us. Oh, no, it wasn't a hoax. No, this could have been one of the real deals. But it just turns out that this one didn't blow across the way we thought it would. Now, the interesting part to me is, outside of speculating what happened, is, well, so where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? We either force investigations that will allow very important information to come out, you know, these conflict-based systems, or we go along with whatever their little three-step solution of saving face, that they actually didn't collapse the world's currencies, and certainly America's currency, for either an overstatement, a lie, whatever it might be. I like solving problems. I don't like discussing, like, the conspiracy part is fun, but in reality is we got work to do, right? This should have never happened. I'm just deleting stuff, don't mind me. This should have never happened. And ooh, look at that, poo-poo food. Y'all see that right there? Remember the poo-poo food? I'm just going through deleting stuff. I'm cleaning up my thing here. But no, I like solutions. I don't like letting people who cause the problem solve the problem. That means that we're going to end up right back in the same, oh, that was that video. That means we're going to end up right back in the same spot, poo-poo. That's when poo-poo got us here, and we survived by poo-poo, but then there's synthetic poo-poo. You know why? It's because of this brother right here. On accident, I just clicked that. But I like money. That's why we're here, because we like money. Why is wife beater society, a violence-based world, popular all over the planet? Because we like money on all levels. And poor people ain't got money, so they pick up guns to go get their money. And we're not mad at the fact that they're born on a planet where we're supposed to like money. Because if we don't have money, we die or go to prison, or our kids don't eat and go on the field trip. And so until we get rid of the I like money model, expect people to be beaten over the head by people in wife beaters. I got on my wife beater today. I want to solve the problem. As long as you got a government that's hiding secrets from you, that like money, and they're a for-profit corporation on a for-profit conflict-based world, we're just waiting for the next cuckoo, and that cuckoo flu, and the next cuckoo flu, and the next asteroid, the next pole shift, until we go extinct. Eventually, ignorance-based, unsustainable systems will get there. Will get theirs. What is that? Oh yeah, the bank robbers. As long as you got a system that's based in banking, you're gonna have bank robbers. They're gonna shoot, kill people, because they gotta get that money. Why? Because they like money too. As long as you take cats and put them in houses and the psychopathic predators, tabby cats, that's what they really are. They're lions and tigers, just in little packages. And they think some food went down the toilet, something they need to chase and kill and murderize, but really it was just poo-poo. You're gonna have cats that jumping in toilets. And the cat gonna get in the toilet, you flush the toilet, the poo-poo come out, the billions and billions of poo-poo spray, aerosol spray. When you flush that toilet, the cat took it in. Now it's taking in all kind of bacteria from the human who dropped that poo-poo. You see how all this is fitting together? And now the cat is in the house, and if one of them billions of bacteria that you just put in the cat's face because you thought it was cute to film and make a gif out of and put on the internet, and it's percolating that cat, when them viruses figure out how to maintain in a mammal-like animal called a cat, and now that cat virus is gonna make something, gonna hand it back to you. When you kiss it in the mouth, because it's cute on the internet. And now you created the new cat flu. Now China can get upset at Americans and call it the Alabama flu. Racism. You know, one good racist turn deserves another. Yeah, there you go. And that was the mummy. This is what you're going to have to do. Y'all going to have to keep toilets as technology on this planet. You're going to have to dress like mummies. But understand, you still going to get millions and billions of bacteria through your mummy sheets. Because that's what bacteria do. When that bacteria, it's going to land on the sheet, not get on me. You have no idea what fabric are. You need to take a class in knitting. When grandmama made you your sweater and you went outside, and you walk, could you feel the air coming through the sweater, the shawl that grandmama made you? If you felt that and the air got through, then the poo-poo coming through too. So long as we keep toilets, you can go to the stove dressed like a mummy. You got people fighting in the store, sneezing, coughing, they got masks too. All the poo-poo just going right through that fabric like air. It's not even there. It's not even there. They're not even feeling it. I'm deleting stuff, and this has actually become me just talking through the old stuff we talked about. Oh yeah, and this is Hollywood once again. That's why I'm sick of these commercials. In times like these, when I see when I saw this talk, and I didn't even watch the talk because I can't stand this dude. This dude, he don't like Aboriginal women. I think Aboriginal women fine as all the other women on this planet, but he got some problems. But again, it's a popular thing to say, so people say popular things. And if it's popular racism and you've got the right skin to say it, then it's okay to say, I guess. But anyway, y'all like him. And so he said he's meeting with him. And so now he's a nice guy because he's meeting with him. And I just see the same commercial. In times like these, we need to pull together on the personalities and identities we trust from actors who are just making money in conflict-based systems, who do everything they're told, interview who they're told, when they're told, and not say anything that they're told because it makes money, because we like money. That's why. Oh, I'm enjoying this. Let me delete this. I got to get these demons off of my thing. You know, but the demons, I ain't mad at the demons. Conflict-based society, they make a lot of money lying to us. I'm just sick of that commercial because it's not times like these. We're not going through it together. You just trying to make money on what I'm going through. There you go. He designed the world. I'm going to delete this. I got that ghost-like presence of him fade in the background, but you created conflict-based, crony-based systems. You have never had capitalism. You have never had socialism. You never had communism because all your systems are based in capital. And this man and a few other families designed your systems for them to be crony. They own the banks. They own the corporations. They own the model. As long as they own that, you can have whatever form of government you like. They don't give two damns. They don't vote for a reason. Well, when you go to your election poll, you don't have Rockefellers and Rothschilds there because they're not going to show up. They're not going to waste their time. Yes, and I'm not even sure what this was. What was this? I got somebody's butt. Oh, biophotons. Right, biophotons come out your butt. Yeah, oh, this is with the whole mummy thing. This was a video a few weeks ago. Based on other unpopular science, other pesky science nobody wants to touch, that you can have them be covered up in your mummy mask. Let's say you get a form of plastic that poo-poo can't get through, which they have not made yet that I've ever heard of. You still pick up on signals from biophotons, right? You're still communicating with every human you're walking around. Every cell is putting off thousands of pulses of light. So when you go in that grocery store, you see a piece of skin, your skin is picking up information from those cells, and they're going through a cellular cleansing because it's flu season. Then who knows if you get that particular virus. I don't want to go through the details of that yet because I don't even understand that piece of it. I just know that there's something to the biophotons and there's communication happening between you all the time. Same way you meet somebody and you get a bad vibe. How do you get that bad vibe? Because your eyes see it and your brain doesn't share everything with you that it puts into your subconscious. Oh, this is Facebook jail when I got out of Facebook jail. We can delete that. I haven't been to Facebook jail in at least a few minutes. So I'm scrubbing my speech. I'm scrubbing my speech. I'm gonna make it long as I can. I promise you I ain't gonna make it. I ain't gonna make it. They gonna put Gerard back in jail. Yeah, he gonna go back to jail because he ain't changing his ways. He believes in the human race and unity and not conflict-based systems. I don't believe in social media wearing broad-looking white beaters beating you over the head because they have a control system and they can delete your profile or your post anytime they want to. I don't believe in censorship. There is no hate speech. The only answer to hate speech is more hate speech. Why? So we can look at the hate speech, find out where it comes from, and solve where that hate comes from, and then when we ain't got to hear the hate speech no more. But we got to hear it the first time to know it's hate speech, to know, and somebody asked the question, well, where did John Sean come from? I'm sorry, I'm not picking on John. I'm not going to pick on John. Oh, was it Gerard? We do know that introducing non-native / invasive species is detrimental to the biodiversity of any given area. We are killer. Whew. Oh, that's a deep one. There's a lot of stuff there. So yeah, you know, I mean, I don't agree with the departments of the agriculture. I don't believe in invasive species. I think that species are supposed to correlate and move around and touch each other and share DNA and cross-pollinate the same way the humans do with the viruses and bacteria and poo-poo and fungi. I think we're just an ecosystem. I think that we came from a place called Pangea where everything's all connected. I believe in volcanoes and wind. and whatever the plants are coughing up here, it eventually makes it to the other side of the planet. And how do I know the evidence beyond that? It's because we had times when super volcanoes went off and they put ash in the sky and they made it all around the planet and darkened the planet for decades and sometimes hundreds of years. So we know the pollen's cross-pollinating. So I don't believe really in invasive species stuff, but we are invasive to the planet. We are. But I think something put us here. I don't think the monkey bodies are. If that's what you're asking, I think that we are wave, soul, creature, creation, vibrational things put in these dust of the earth, 98% monkey bodies. Somehow we're given the ability to drive them and walk them around and make them look like they're intelligent, but they're 98% monkeys. And as long as we're a monkey planet, we have to go along with the rules of monkey planet, which we need all the microbiology and everything. But I think something put us here, Miss Tree, and I think it put us here because we have this ability for sentience. I think we're probably just a little bit ahead of the other species, not better than them. We just got here first, just like children. And we're supposed to be stewards of this planet. I think that they put that in scripture that nobody likes to follow, who worship those scriptures on Sundays, not for the most part. And we got to act like we're stewards. And I think that's why that thing put us here, to try to make it more beautiful and better. And to steward all the species, all the cannabis, all the coca plants, all the mushrooms that they wage war on. The opium, there's nothing wrong with the opium. Everything has a place. Even the mosquitoes. I don't like mosquitoes, but they got their place. They exchange DNA all the time. And we need to learn how to stop fighting things we don't understand. That's where I'm gonna start to get there. We need to stop fighting things we don't understand. We don't understand something, we want to kill it. And to me, that's ignorance. You know, we don't know what viruses are, we need to stop trying to kill them. We don't know what bacteria is, we need to stop trying to kill all of it. We don't know what garden pest is, we need to stop killing it. We don't know what poor people in the trailer parks, the ghettos, the barrios, Jamin, and all over the world, we don't know what they can contribute to our world. We need to stop trying to kill them. This idea that we should make a model on killing things we don't understand is all based in ignorance. And who is this? This is the CIA guy. What did CIA guy say? Robert David Steele, what did he say? This is from a little while ago. I suspect that all the organizations associated in any are, this goes with today's topic. I suspect that all the organizations associated in any way with the Gates Foundation, the World Health Organization, and Center for Disease Control are fronts for criminal activity, and he is 100% right. Why? Because when you live in a conflict-based world, you don't have any corporations at the top that are there to help you. It means they killed an awful lot of people to get to the top. They genocide an awful lot of people, just like all the people at the top. What conflict-based systems are, which is why I like to think in terms of principle, not in terms of what's on the television. I'm gonna move this over here if I can move y'all. I'm gonna move 1871 over here, because my screen is getting a little weird. All right, it all fits together. And that's the funny thing. I'm just going through like all the stuff that we talked about over the months, and I can delete it, but it still fits in with today. Right here, the growth systems, right? We know we can feed everybody on the planet. We don't really have any excuses why not. The only excuse that we have why not is because the Muslims don't like Allah, the Christians don't like God, the atheists don't like natural law. We know that we can take care of everybody. We've got the technology to do it. We're just not doing it. You know, we're just not doing it. And that was what my post from earlier was about, you know, is that we can do better. We're just choosing not to do better. Because we're good at the game. We're good at psychopathy. We got a little more than other people do, and we want to keep that and keep them where they are. You know, we got the same mentality, the psychopaths and the billionaires that we talk about, the worst. They're just better at what we want to do. That's all they are. They're better at what we want to do. We're just like them. We are them. We're all connected. Oh, that's my lady. That's Cynthia McKinney. Go on, girl. What's she say? Hold on. Bring her down. Oh, no, hey, hang on. Let's move Facebook over. Say, what does Cynthia McKinney say? I'm just going to delete some stuff while I'm here. And then we're gonna wrap it up. And this is all live. This is all, none of this is staged and planned out. It's just funny. It's like when you talk at a principle level, which is what I think a lot of people here do, your principle is true no matter where it is, no matter when you say it, how it is. When we had this live streaming discussion, it was true then and it's truth and it's true now, right? And a lot of this stuff all feeds together. Cynthia McKinney, what she say? She's always saying something deep. That's why they chased her out the damn country. You could not let her stay in the Democratic Party because she was honest. She didn't fit in with the Republicans because she was honest. She's no way she could stay in America because she told you too many truthful things. So they chased her out the country. Oh, she reposted the thing. Piers Corbyn claims Bill Gates and George Soros are behind the coronavirus. Ooh, and people aren't ready for that. Is that conspiracy or does that actually make sense on coocoovirus world? A place where everybody got white beaters and we want to abuse each other because it makes money. To me, it makes sense. It makes perfectly good sense. And I'm gonna relate that to the whole what the CIA guy said and Cynthia McKinney just said and how they all work together. What is that post I just read? I just read a post that linked a bunch of this together. Oh yeah, Michelle Obama. Did y'all hear about Michelle Obama? How did you feel when I said that? What was the first thing went through your mind? Probably the first thing went through your mind, the people who watched The Daily Show and they saw The Daily Show guy and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna watch this and believe anything that's on it because I love that man and he's funny. Say Michelle Obama. Well, she was with who was it, Laura Bush? And they raised, what was it, $250 million for the World Health Organization. Did y'all see that yesterday? Well, why would they do that? Well, because the World Health Organization wants you healthy. Yeah, no, that's not what they want. They are a corporation that bubbled to the top in sync with the UN and the people who control this planet. Yeah, raised $250 million. And all I'm going to say is if you got something called the World Health Organization, and ain't nobody healthy on the earth but where they don't survey, where they don't control and help control governments. If the only healthy people are the people who are in the jungle, the Senegalese, the people that are killing down in Latin America, the people in Africa and Australia, they want nothing to do with y'all monkey world, your unhealthy monkey world. If those are the people that are studying the green zones where the World Health Organization has zero influence, but the places they got influence have some of the worst plagues on the planet that are far beyond any fake pandemic ever could try, they're not a health organization. They either suck at what they do or it's not health that they're interested in. All right. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna go too deep on that. Just because they put Michelle Obama with it, y'all trust it and go along with it. I kind of agree with Trisha Hauser. Not 100%. No, I'm not gonna get into the whole ding-a-ling thing, but she loves sticking on that. And I'm not trying to get her started. I'm just saying things aren't what they appear. They're never what they appear to be, but they put people up there whose identities we trust the most. What's this? Oh, remember this?
Quick talks on a couple of subjects, and we'll take questions. And it's a beautiful Friday in Washington, D.C., and our country's a great place, and we're getting better. We're getting better very quickly. This was artificially induced. We just said, they said, close it down. You have to close it down. We closed it down. And we're healing, and we're going to get it better fast. So, Mike, if you
good
could come up.
Good times. How y'all arguing with me? Said, oh, that's not what he meant.
A couple of subjects, we'll take
go
questions.
Ahead and add it to the rest of the information. Yeah, isn't that funny? Isn't that hilarious? Isn't that delicious? Oh, it's just delicious when the truth comes home. That's why I don't deny anything. I don't deny nothing on monkey earth. I just look at it like, yeah, okay, let's just wait till the rest of the evidence comes in. This scientific experiment of you thinking you're right is not over just yet. Let's wait till the experiment fully plays out. This is a hypothesis that you had. We hadn't even run the experiment yet. This is nature that called that they didn't know ahead of time. Let's let the whole thing play out first before we come up with the results. But this is the internet, and people like to play that they know everything ahead of time. So this is artificially induced. Shut it down. Shut it down. All right, let me see what else we got. I'm just deleting stuff. Oh yeah, zombie apocalypse now. I'm still waiting for the zombies to walk. I'm gonna leave this on the background because I like zombie apocalypse now. We just waiting for the zombies to walk. That's all I was hoping on. I don't have an issue with apocalypses. I just think the final one that takes us out, I want to pretend I'm on The Walking Dead. If y'all give me that just one little thing, I just want to get together with a team of people to go out, survive in the zombie world. And then people like to joke and say, yeah, the zombies already walking. My family's infected with 98% of them. They all still believe that TV. Speaking of I Am Legend, yeah, that's the long-term result. Is zombies walking, of letting corporations who don't understand systems fight and modify those systems in the public domain, doing experiments in the public domain, trying to control human beings. I don't think there's any way in the future they don't create zombies. And the first thing that these psychopathic elite would do if they could create a zombie is they're going to create a zombie. That's what's going to happen. It's like, oh, that's crazy. I don't believe in zombies. Then you have no idea what black magic and voodoo and where the whole zombie thing came from. That's not new. Hadn't been around for a minute. But everybody's looking for a smoking gun. That was where this talk started. There are no smoking guns. Glyphosate did it, 4G did it, 5G did it, Trump did it, the Democrats did it, central banks did it. There's a whole lot of monkeys abusing you with their wife beaters on. And unless you get them all, you're wasting your time. Because as soon as you get rid of one, another's going to bubble to the top. Got to fight things on the principle level. Ooh, what's this? Battlefield America. Ooh, yeah, and I haven't read this book yet. Let me know if you read this book. This is on my book list. Who's it? John Whitehead. I want to read that. But it's Battlefield World. It's Battlefield World. And anything they can do to get you battling with somebody else, divide and conquer, means they run everything. What the hell is this? Is that a kangaroo butt? I don't even remember this. What was this? What talk was this? What discussion did we talk about kangaroo anuses? I don't even know. I don't know, but I do know it's a whole lot of viruses that come out of that kangaroo anus that you don't want kangaroo poop in your toilet. I do know that. I don't even know what that related to. Somebody would probably figure it out. Oh yeah, remember this one? Oh, I love this. This was a fun one. I like this one. This was great. This was Control Planet. Once again, it fits in with the topic: abuse planet, sustain and blame, not accountability. Right? We know what makes the world go round: fear, violence, sex, and all of that stuff. You can make any monkey do anything you want to do. You can get them jump through all kind of hoops if you have that power. If you got the ability to abuse them with the things that you have that they don't have, you can make them do anything you want. That's why all my pretty friends got no war profile pictures. No war, vote for Bernie, don't vote for Bernie, vote for Trump, don't vote for Trump, because they understand how men work. And they like to abuse men in their own little ways. Wife beaters exist and women have them. They're just more psychological than anything else. They know how to abuse men and they will use their powers when they need to. What in the hell is that? Oh, the Dead Sea Scrolls. Yeah, the Dead Sea Scrolls. Scriptures are important. Scriptures are important. They told you ancient, truthful things that were true back then and are true now. But we don't like to believe it. What is this? Oh, yeah, this is applicable. Upside down flag, if you know what that means. Most people don't know what it means. They think that you hung it wrong. It's like, no, your nation is down. You don't actually have a nation. You've been subject to a coup d'etat. Corporations took over your government. They did in 1871. Where's my 1871 at? And they modeled their corporation to look just like your government, to fool you into voting and thinking that you have a say in your government, but you have no say in your government. Oh, look at that. As seen on TV. That's not 1871. But as seen on TV, apparently if it was on TV, it must be true, because being childish is popular now. All right, what is this? Oh, that's that. And I'm just going through, I'm deleting stuff, and then we're going to get there. No, I don't know what that is. Oh, what is, yeah, the ancient temple. Yeah, they wrote their scriptures too, but you don't like their scriptures because you was born in America in a different zoo under some different fencing. And so they taught you that you're not supposed to trust anything that came from India, because what would the Indians know? Well, apparently a hell of a lot. They had ancient technology that we still ain't got today, so you might want to listen to people from India. Just might. What's this? Oh, that's where they found the Dead Sea Scrolls. Yep. And the truth was stored. And how does that scripture go? The scripture and the truth was preserved over time so that no man would change it. And what the Dead Sea Scroll that was proven and true over time is that everybody since the man who put that in that cave with a woman changed it. They all changed it. They deleted scriptures, all the Gnostic scriptures and books that told you that you were gods and you shouldn't be following these people, that God is within you. Told you all the things, the people that believe in natural law, and then, but you don't want to believe it. And the other thing the Dead Sea Scrolls taught you is that all the scriptures had an ancient source, an ancient religion that was lost over the sands of time. That links up with all the other scriptures they found in the Mahabharata and the Sanskrit texts. Yeah, there you go. Making people cry. I don't know what this is related to, but this is mostly adults. I don't think that's a baby. I think they're projecting themselves into him. The truth to make people cry. Who is this? Benedict Arnold, traitor. And we come to find out he was not a traitor. In that live stream we talked about the history of Benedict Arnold. He did what he was supposed to do. And he did what I would do, which is what you would do, which is what his wife, his girlfriend told him to do. Speaking of wife beater, control planet. Isn't that funny how that worked out? I wore this because it was like an anti-wife beater man thing, and ended up talking about mostly how women abusing men psychologically, but they had to maintain themselves on Monkey Planet. They didn't have the strength to do it, so they had to use the brains. So they evolved to develop bigger brains, and the bigger brains wins out in that conflict. What is this? Oh yeah, conflict-based world, same thing. This is the same thing as the jungle, rules of the jungle. If you got bigger teeth, then you get to control the watering hole. And I don't think that should exist no more. This is the last one I'm gonna do because the gods must be crazy. They must be crazy. I delete some more of these tomorrow. I got all these old things that we talked about because it's all related. The gods were always crazy. It was crazy as hell to come here and tell us before we was ready to see and know the vastness of the universe, all the things we need to do. Love thy neighbor, take care of thy neighbor, feed thy neighbor, and thy neighbor won't want to come over to your country and cut your throat and take your food. Come over to your house and steal and rob from you, but we didn't listen. They came to us a little too early. They should have stayed hidden for a little while. All right. Noel said I hit the nail on the head. I'm not sure which nail I hit it, but I know the gods must be crazy. All right, let me do comments. Where's the last music? I'm gonna get out of here. I'm tired. I talk about everything. I told you I drank a lot of coffee. I told you probably won't watch this one. I didn't have me a lot of coffee today. Woo, coming down off of. But the gods must be crazy. They must be crazy because they invented us. Wait a minute. Did I get everything? Let me see. Blah, 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 blah. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday, happy birthday. What else we got? Yeah, okay, did that the same Z, Sesame Street, how to take what you learned when you were 4 years old and apply it to when you're 45, so you actually know what's happening in your world. You can ignore the politics on television, yep. Everything's a conspiracy we talked about. And if you want to understand human health and diseases, you need to know about viruses. Oh, yes, that was a talk I heard this morning. Professor Vincent, what's his name? Raccanello. That's how I'm gonna spend the rest of my day. I gotta watch the rest of his lecture. Oh, it's fantastic. It's right here. No, not that one. Is this one? I don't know. That's not showing what I want to show. This one? Nope, that's still blurring the wrong thing. Oh, you know what? I deleted it. Let's do this. Let's create a new one. I want you to see this quote. That's all I do. I listen to smart people that are poor all day long. Ain't nothing better than listening to smart people that are poor. Smart people that are poor will teach you something. Rich people that are smart will only teach you what helps them to gain more wealth. If you want to understand human health and diseases, you need to know about viruses. If you don't know about viruses, which is why it's a coming talk I'm going to give somewhere. Professor Vincent Raccanello, coolest thing on earth. That was his other quote. He said, viruses are the coolest thing on earth. He's a professor at Columbia University, if I'm not mistaken. CU. Poor man. Poor virologist that's explaining to you how your world works. They got you out there fighting the enemy, but we don't really know what the enemy is. It tends to be ignorance. But if you don't understand what's in every breath, every drop of water from the sea to your sink, to every breath in your breath was coming out your dog's butt, coming out your dog's mouth, your cat's fur, who you're kissing when you're kissing them, and all the other things that I don't want to get into. You don't understand how the ecosystem works. You don't understand what's beneficial and what's not. And you're going to be in a whole lot of trouble. You won't ever understand anything about health or human diseases, which is why I don't pay any damn attention to what Doctor Who or the Who that's a band or the Who that's a corporation. I don't listen to anything they got to say. Why? Because they don't seem to understand. As long as you understand, I ain't got no time for you. That's right. That's the toilet flushing. We talked about that. You go to public restrooms, you don't have to wear a mask. Oh, that was the last one. It's Epstein. Yeah. If he died today, because they need you to be scared of the cuckoo flu, and they changed the coding, and so you wouldn't know how many people actually died of flu season this year. Epstein would have died of cuckoo flu. The doctors would be required to put that on his death certificate if he had the cuckoo flu when he died. But that's assuming he died. I don't think wealthy people turn against each other. Not in the world I was raised in. Maybe in your world, not in my world. My real world, they all stick together. They always stick together. Same way Facebook stick with Google, stick with, I guess, BitChute and all the social media and conflict-based world. They all work together. All the chemical companies and the electronic companies and the 5G companies and the software companies. If you big and at the top, the only thing that you really agree with all the others is you want to stay big and you want to stay at the top. And the only way that works out is if you keep everybody underneath you in conflict. Divide and conquer. All right. Ew, my cat has a fountain. Lots of laughter. Cats have a thing for running water. They do, Patricia, because they know what's in the water. Cats aren't stupid as us. Cats know where to get their food and where to get their viruses. All right. Gonna get there, God willing. Yes, you will, Brother Mark. Mosquitoes do have a place. They feed the fish. Yes, they do, Noel. I don't like mosquitoes. I don't like them at all. But just because I don't like them doesn't mean I should wage war on them, and I should agree with governments making genetically modified mosquitoes and releasing them in the public like it's going to end well for us if we're fighting something we don't understand. Mosquitoes got a place. I don't need to understand that place, but I do need to understand that the morons at the top never understand the place. They're just trying to make profit somehow, and it's always going to come back and bite us because they're creating some sort of an unsustainable project wherein really mosquitoes are transferring DNA to creature. The same way bacteria and viruses and fungi are also doing it. We live in a big, funky, nasty, dirty, filthy ecosystem that Perel is destroying. Accept that. Go to your enemy's house and announce, you bring peace, you will get your answer. Yes, Jimmy, you will. You will. Sometimes your enemy will kill you, and that's okay. I don't really have a choice in the Jimmy. I was raised in the church and I read that scripture. Ken Sande wrote a book a long time ago called Peacemaker. It's either called Peacekeeper or Peacemaker. A long time ago, Jimmy. Where basically the scripture explained that you believe in this Jesus Christ consciousness thing. You read your Bible, go to Sunday. That you're not supposed to be a peacekeeper. You're not supposed to be a keeper of the peace. You are actually supposed to go out and find people who hate you. People who don't like you, people who don't like what you posted online, and people who don't like who you voted for, and make allies with them. And that's why I think aliens started all of this, and we made religions out of it. They just told us how to be more sustainable on this planet. They know that we have unsustainable systems of remaining in conflict, that we're all going to die. And so it was a great book. He explained that you're not supposed to keep this peace. You're supposed to go find people who have problems with you and solve them. And I try to do that the best that I can, Jimmy. Best that I can. There's some people, though they will kill you, they're not ready for you to solve the problems, you know. So I got a few crazy people in my life that I keep at a distance, but I've done everything I can. There ain't nobody out there, Jimmy, who would call themselves my enemy, I don't think, who I didn't approach and try to make things right with. I try to do that with everybody. Call it crazy, but I don't really have a choice. When I converted, Jimmy, and I gave my life over to this Christ consciousness thing, I actually decided that I was going to change my life and be that way. And I am that way. Which is why I'm not Christian. That's why I'm just spiritual. I'm spiritual. All right. Damn. Toot, damn it. Yeah, my cat. Are y'all talking about cats? Y'all upset with me? Yep, G on, wait a minute, on vibrate, he's considering us. Yep, G on vibrate, he's considering us. I don't even know what you're talking about, Hillary. Are y'all having a conversation? I think Gerard just farted. No, Norma, that's not true. It's fake news. That's fake news. You know why? Because when I do, this is all men. This is all men. When men fart, they smile. They can't connect it. Something's connected between the booty hole and that, whatever. It's something about, the making noises with different orifices. It's plagued us since we were kids. When we do it, you kind of smile a little bit. It's like an accomplishment. You feel good about yourself. I wasn't smiling. I have a friend, you know what? I had a friend who abused me. He didn't have a wife beater. He's actually on my Facebook profile, a dude named Tom. He was, what were we doing? We were moving something. What were we moving? Oh yeah, he was helping me. He was helping me a long time ago. I was helping my ex-wife move into a new apartment. Why in the hell would you help your ex-wife move? Well, because that's what you're supposed to do. People ask for help, you're supposed to help them. We got kids together, you're supposed to help. So I asked Tom to come help. So Tom, and this was actually during our break from slavery, which is why Tom came with me, because Tom and I worked in IT together in the pharmaceutical industry. Now I'm remembering. And so we went over to the apartment, and because it was a big, heavy armoire. Big old heavy armoire. I don't know why I agreed to do the things that I do. I know. I said I was going to be Christ-like, which means every time that Christ thing, the consciousness thing, that did thing to help people did things, I'm supposed to try to mimic it. If I don't do it, people going to call me on it. So says she needed help, and I don't know why her boyfriend couldn't help her. I have no idea why, but it's not my place to ask thyness why. It's thine place to just go help. So I went to go help. And that reminds me of another interesting story. When I had to go help her with her mama with a flat tire, she called me. She didn't call her boyfriend. That's a whole nother discussion. Anyways, you're supposed to do what you're supposed to. Maybe the boyfriend couldn't change tires. This is America. Most men have no idea how to change oil, tires. They can barely change the wiper blades. Making an unsustainable society works for most people. I don't think it works for me. So anyway, we're in the elevator, carrying out this heavy armoire. Unsustainable thing. I don't know why people live in apartments with armoires. This is the cheap ones. No, this is the expensive ones. Back in the day, where they weighed like 2, 3, 4, 500 pounds, which probably in man talk means it weighs probably about 150. So it took about 3 or 4 of us to carry this heavy thing out. It did not come from IKEA. Carried that sucker out and put it in the elevator, and Tom stressed himself, I guess, because when you're stressing, you're lifting, you're pushing, all that, if you get a physical therapist, they explain to you how all these muscles work together. Crazy science. Science is a pesky thing. And you using one muscle is pulling on another, pulling on a tendon and some bone and some other things, and it tenses up your stomach. You got any gas in there that needs to be released, it's going to push it further down in the tube. And Tom, being a man, decided he was going to hold that in the whole way from leaving our apartment over down the hall till we got in the elevator. And Tom made sure that the elevator was firmly shut before he released his goodness in the air to the rest of my friends. And I think David was there as well. David worked in IT with me as well in the data center. And he just proceeded to release it in an elevator that he knew that there was no way we was going to get any kind of fresh air, oxygen, or any way out. And my ex-wife had the ultimate wisdom to live on about the 5th floor at the time. So we had to go through 5 floors of viruses and viromes and fungi and particles from young Thomas's anuses and breathing them all in. And that's probably why I don't get sick today. So no, Norma, Gerard did not fart, because I ain't trapping nobody in the elevator with me to fart. I don't know why people having boys anymore, because y'all have boys and we do the dumbest things on the planet. Grown men we are. Grown men, but we don't never really grow up. We do attach. We only grow up around y'all because y'all don't give us none unless we act grown up. That's the only reason. It's the only reason we got cars and houses and jobs. And men would just be in the jungle playing with rocks and sticks and mud if it weren't for women. That's I guess that's how we wrapping it up, and why I'm wearing a bra today. The only reason we get up in the morning because y'all got these woman things, and woman things want things. And if they didn't want things, we would not get out of bed in the morning. We find a nice game on Sega Genesis. We find some, some food to eat with some cheese in it that helps us to make louder, more abusive thoughts. That's the only reason we get out of bed. Don't believe your husband and your boyfriend, anything that they tell you. You actually run the planet. You run the world. Women run things, and I don't debate that no more. The only young men debate that. Old men, you know, when you're done, you're tired of fighting, you realize women just fight longer. That's the problem. That's the problem. They got persistence. They know the world they're born in. Something about being a little girl on this planet. One day you figure out, yeah, we on a patriarchal world, and the only way to beat them is psychology. You're going to have to wait them out. You're going to have to wait them out, and you're going to have to, I was about to say ration a cuckoo, but anyway. I had to get going. All right, I done told enough man secrets. I'm in trouble with the men right now, so I'm going to get going. Last couple comments, and I'm going to run. All of that because Norma asked me about farting in the elevator. See how that work out? Isn't that weird? We live in a weird world. Seems the strawberries and cannabis, something about fresh fruits and vegetables they don't have on board. See them at farmers markets, maybe eaten. Date your sister. I don't even know what that means, Jimmy. I don't even know what that means. But people date their sister, and they probably say it's certain people and stuff like that. It ruins DNA and genetics and creates kids with third eyes on their foreheads and weird shaped heads. But I don't think the poor people do that no more, Jimmy. I think they stopped dating their cousins. Right now, the only people who are still currently destroying their DNA by dating cousins is the Game of Thrones. That's these families that run everything at the top. That's why their kids are real jacked up. And it's a crazy world giving jacked up kids ownership over nations and massive corporations. But they're the only ones doing it. But it seems it's strawberries and cannabis. He's replying to somebody else probably. So I'm taking that comment all out of context because that's what's funnier. That's why Facebook on this app, it doesn't tell you if it's a reply or not, because it's funny because you end up replying and talking about something that ain't got nothing to do with the price of beans in China, let alone wherever the hell you are, because Facebook thinks that's funny. All right, his cell phones or paper is on vibrate. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's what it was. Oh, see, this is a good example. This is why I didn't know what the hell they were talking about. That's Hillary said that. So he's replying to Norma, replying to somebody else that I can't see and reply, and you heard my phone vibrate because somebody was texting me, and you thought I was fighting. Oh, okay, nah, that wasn't a fight. No, if it was a fight and it was that loud and it was vibrating my whole death, I'd have been laughing. I wouldn't have smiled. I'd have been like, ha ha, yeah, got that out of me. Woo, I feel better now. Whole lot less viruses in me, and they about to go in you. So I'm feeling healthier already, and my tummy is getting smaller. Because the older you get as a man, the bigger that tummy try to grow out. And you know when you release the air pressure that you closer to a six-pack. Not really, because you probably got about 8 more inches to go to get down to any of that muscle structure. But you're closer. Progress. Remember we talked about progress. We're supposed to be developing in right ways. And maybe that's why men get excited when that happens. All right, I got to get going. Anyway, listen, this is Gerard. Y'all have a wonderful day. Did I miss anything on YouTube? Last couple crazy minutes of this weird conversation. We should make ice cream for their breast milk. What? Whoa, what? 2, free the male nips. Nurses a neighborhood. A nurse is a neighborhood. Wait a minute. We can make ice cream for breast. Oh, yeah. Well, Miss Tree, I think I understand what you're saying on that. You relating back to the time that I done got janked a couple times. I got punked a few times, Miss Tree. That's what you're talking about. When I like to go out to Amish country, they make delicious cakes and pies and cookies and stuff, but they still got some old world practices, which is probably a part of spreading the fungus. Ooh, you didn't tap on something, Miss Tree. That's part of spreading the funguses and the viruses and the pus and the blood from the Amish community to the rest of us who drive out to Amish land to get the delicious bakeries, is that they still use breast milk in their baked goods. That actually is true. That makes sense. I don't think we're supposed to really do that after you about 5, 6, 7, but they still do it. And so they're passing some of their viruses to us. And I just don't eat anything out of Amish land no more. I don't do it. For the same reason that everybody bought this Perel and toilet paper and they wash their butts and they close the lids on the toilet seat and they think it helps. Just literally driving out to Amish land and just breathing in manure on the fields this time of year. That's just think about it like that. You don't want to be on an elevator surrounded by somebody's fart scents Just think about what you're smelling when your neighbor at the farm is putting all that horse poop and cow poop all over that field. And now they're using human poop, or who poop. We're not going to touch that one. I got to get going. This has gotten very disgusting, and I'm going to go throw up my coffee and get on with the rest of my day. So anyway, listen, this is Abuse Planet, and I don't agree with the idea of returning it to normal. I think we need to hold out and make something better. We have an unsustainable system that runs the whole planet, from unsustainable people that inbreed and wear white beaters as a psychological model for the corporations they run. And I think that only ends in us dying, going extinct. So I think it needs to go away. And that's why you literally have a model that does not respect human life. So as long as we keep this model, we just waiting for our last day on the planet. Anyway, this is Gerard. I got to get going. Looks like we're having trouble on Facebook anyway. Break the chains that bind you. Don't be binded to unsustainable systems that fight things to keep humans as slaves all over the planet because they own the most debt, which is money, which is just a representation of human labor. We can free everybody. We can feed everybody. Let's do that. I think it's time for that. Pat Riley asked the question. Hey, that's his last name. Lori and Pat Riley, y'all related? Are y'all related? That's a good question. I didn't know that. I didn't ask that question. I got the same last name. But from the bottom to the top, we need to make a sustainable planet. We need to have sustainable ecosystems, herd immunity inside of your body in the real herd, not synthetic. It's okay to play with synthetic, but y'all do that in the laboratory. Everything in the ecosystem has to be what was in the ecosystem, what fits in the ecosystem, what's sustainable in the ecosystem. We don't need no pesticides in public. We don't need no GMOs in public. We don't need no any synthetic anything in public. In the public domain, we shouldn't have any experiments. It should all be responsible technology. It's been tested, vetted, in a lab, peer review. Not anything the medical systems do. No, they don't do it. They just like to use the word. We need real science, not fake science. Anytime you take a scientist and you require they make money for a living, you give them a bigger house the more they lie, a faster car the more they lie, and they can get a finer woman the more they lie. It's an unsustainable system. You're abusing man, you're abusing men, and you're creating a system that is just waiting to collapse. All about accountability. All about accountability. Just be wrong. It's okay to be wrong. People trust wrong people more than they trust right people. Anyway, this is Gerard. I got to get going. Stop looking for the smoking gun. There is no smoking gun. We literally have a planet that was designed to fail. And it ain't too big to fail. No such thing in this ecosystem of the universe. Y'all have a great day. It's Gerard. I'm out. Love y'all now. Bye-bye. The gods must be crazy. And hell yeah, they are crazy. They crazy as hell, but they ain't crazy as we are. They crazy as hell, but they done made crazy crazies that make more crazier crazies, that create ecosystems that develop crazy and models that thrive.
Free the people. Do you wanna free? Free the people and Mother Nature too. Boom, 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 boom. Do you wanna boom?